And a very good morning. Welcome in here on WQAM. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Dan Day along with you. Jamie is out there somewhere. And with all that, we say good morning there, man. Welcome to, what is today, Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday,
all
May
right.
12th.
I sometimes start to lose track of days at this late in the week. But Omar, good morning to you, my friend. You're done with minicamp, so you've been released from minicamp, so you're back with us. How
Actually,
you doing?
not. I will be going out today to talk to, I believe, defensive coaches first, offensive defensive coaches.
So today's like a media availability.
Yeah, media availability where you get to talk to all the coaches and hear their vision for the team and for the units and what they hope to see progress from the Lonnie Johnson Jr. Can you tell me what position Lonnie Johnson Jr. plays?
No, can you?
Yes, safety.
All right, very
He's
good.
Probably your new starting Dolphin safety.
Wow. Well, I guess we're gonna have to start learning a lot.
We're gonna play a quiz.
Yeah. We're gonna hear
get you ready for
a
the
lot
season.
of new names over there. We'll get to minicamp momentarily here, Omar. We do have the schedule starting to trickle out here for the NFL. And we have a couple of games thus far. The Bills going to open up that new stadium in week 2.
I wonder if these networks. I wonder if these networks are like buying a game per.
There's just a bidding war behind the scenes.
They're just buying games. They're like Dallas and Baltimore.
Well, it's funny because like Dan and I were just talking about this, and we were walking in here, and I'm just listening to the ESPN driving in, and they essentially have the Knicks and Thunder matched up in the finals. Right, and the Knicks, they don't even. I think ESPN at this point is like they don't even need to play the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's just put the Knicks in the finals because it's best for our business, and they're probably right.
Yeah,
you don't want Cleveland or Detroit, I guess. Can
you imagine a Cleveland or Detroit finals against OKC?
Yeah, not your two strongest markets, certainly. And look, the Knicks would
OKC in itself was is a tiny little market.
Yeah,
good team,
and they are very good. They're fun to watch, but as far as big markets go, they're not on the top of that list. But boy, they have crowned the Knicks, man. They have the Knicks in the finals. They were sizing up OKC and how the Knicks would match up with them, and how that series could look. Could the Knicks get a couple of games? And it's like, man, like how disrespectful. Like there's still other series going on, like. One of the teams out of that Minnesota and San Antonio series, like those teams are not going to be easy to beat. No, I don't think.
I agree.
Wemby did not get suspended, by the way. We talked about that on the show yesterday. Would Wemby get suspended? Did not. And,
got to you're messing up the product.
I know. But, man, did he wound
I wish I could
up.
put up some money on that, whether Wemby would have been suspended or not.
I think you could put up money on it. You probably got to go on like one of those prediction market deals or something like that.
Okay.
I think that's I heard the guys in the afternoon talking about that, but he wound up and he threw that elbow. I don't know what the difference is between that and a punch. I mean, hell, the elbow probably hurts worse, but he wound up and he put that thing right into the chops of Naz Reid, and apparently the NBA did not see enough to suspend him. And so he will play.
I think his penance and punishment of missing that game.
You think that was enough time served?
Yeah, contributing to his team's loss. That's enough time served.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'm throwing out. You really want to throw off the balance of the NBA superstars in the postseason?
I mean, you don't, but you also don't like to see a guy wind up and throw an elbow like that. And
things happen in the heat of battle.
Sure. Wemby's got it. He's got to toughen up a little though, man. Like these are the playoffs. You're 8 feet tall and people are they're going to be physical with you. Like you need to toughen up a little bit. Meanwhile, the Spurs, that game is tonight at 8:00, Spurs and Wolves. San Antonio is favored by 10.5 points tonight. So they are not giving the T-Wolves much of a shot in this game here. Anthony Edwards is playing out of his mind, but Wemby has been exciting to watch. as well. So that's a game 5. They're tied at 2 over there, and we'll keep an eye on that series. Last night, the Cavs even up their series with the Pistons 112-103.
Here's a question.
Yes.
Are people watching that series?
I don't know what. I mean, I know the ratings are up. I mean, I'm watching. To me, I don't care that it's not New York or Boston or a big market.
Okay.
To me, that stuff doesn't really matter. I understand why it matters from a TV standpoint, a marketing standpoint, but I don't care. I mean, I just want to see the best players play. I don't know that Cleveland or Detroit have too many of the best players in the game. But I do think it's a pretty evenly matched competitive series. You might have the best player going right now on the Thunder in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He may be the best player in the NBA right now. Could be your future. They're talking about the face of the league.
I think they're just
with
the
LeBron
best.
about to retire, but
I think they're just the best collective of a team.
They are.
But Wemby to me is the superstar of the league.
Wemby is just different, right? Wemby is, from a physical standpoint, is
different. He's developed. He started working with Kevin Garnett.
No, he's
developed
a
a
hell
little
of a
bit
player.
of a dog in him.
And I got to think the Spurs advance in that series, but who knows, man? Who knows? I don't count out the T-Wolves because they are pretty feisty. So that's what's going on in the NBA right now. Again, one game tonight, and then you'll get another game coming up Wednesday. Those will alternate days here coming up as we try to get winners.
And right when the NBA starts heating up, you know what the NFL does?
It drops its schedule.
Says, here's my schedule.
Yep. On I heard today, 2-hour show, they are going to have to release a schedule. And then we know we'll get those videos, right? Those videos will start to pop up on the Twitter accounts. Those creative videos that everyone makes. And now everyone's talking about how all the videos will show Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini and, which teams are going to take a shot at them. And
that's a good one. You got to know the Chargers are going to do it.
You would think. They were the ones that did the Mike McDaniel vape pen thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, now he's over there. So.
And he's
I want to
called
ask
him
you
out
about
for
about the Chargers, by the way, because I keep wanting to invest in Justin Herbert from a card standpoint. How good do you think that team is going to be with those new offensive coaches over there? They brought in Mike McDaniel. They brought in Adam Gase, guys that we know. They know offense. Maybe not the best, head men, but they know offense. How good is that team going to be? Is Justin Herbert going to have an MVP season over there?
Considering what both individuals have done with quarterbacks, I would say so. Adam Gase propped up Ryan Tannehill a little bit.
What do you think of Adam Gase, by the way? I'm just curious. I
like
don't know
Adam.
if I ever asked you. I like him too, but as a coach, what do you think? I think everyone that was around Adam liked him. He was a good dude.
Yes.
So I don't think there's any issue there. As far as a coach, what went wrong for him down? With Mike, it was pretty easy to pinpoint what went wrong.
What went wrong?
Well, I think he lost I don't say respect, but I just think his, mild-mannered and, kind of the way that he handled things down here, I just don't think it worked.
His everybody buddy approach?
Yeah, I just think players started to take advantage of him and took kindness for weakness and all that stuff. But
I don't know if that was a problem or issue last year. I think that was more of a problem or issue when you had
I think it was a problem his entire time here, but nevertheless, I'm curious, what did you think was Gase? What was the issue with him? Was it lack of talent around him? Was it something else? What did you feel was the issue with him?
I always looked at Gase as somebody who I thought he'd have more success when he matured. And he hated when I said that. But I've seen a lot of coaches here, and I think Gase knew what it took to be successful. I'm not necessarily certain that he had the right kind of weaponry, particularly the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his mentality was good for coaching. I think his approach was good for coaching. The only thing is, when that team turn on him, they turn on him. And that's the one thing I would tell you. In his final season, I think it was a Minnesota game. There was a crack in the foundation of locker room. He started throwing people under the bus, and they caught wind of that, and that team completely quit on him from that point.
Mm.
And remember the final game in Buffalo, people were pulling themselves off the field like, yeah, I'm done.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
and it was a 42-17 loss to Buffalo, and on the road. I think that game maybe had some stakes to it, and it was just an embarrassing effort. Then you went inside the locker room and you asked players, "Hey, do you want Adam Gase back?" And they tell you, "It's not my decision to make." They'd say,
"Yeah, it's never good."
Yeah.
That's
They,
never good.
for those who not watching the video,
Yeah.
I'm answering the question while shaking my head no.
Mhm.
So
So let me ask you
read
this
between
then.
the lines.
So we know Gase's personality, we know Mike McDaniel's personality. Who was
Yeah.
that before? Was Philbin. All these
Oh,
different
God.
personalities, right?
Yeah, I've had a lot of
How would
personalities.
you
Brian
describe
Flores,
Brian Flores?
yeah,
I skipped him. How would you
Cam
describe
Cameron.
Jeff Hafley? Like where does he fit in the whole personality thing? You've had some time to spend around him, more time than most. I mean, we met him, for a little bit and had him on the show and all that. But you've had time to spend around him. Where would you put his personality as far as, we've had a little bit of everything down here. We've had the old, we've had the young, we've had the
Have we
the
had the old?
mean, we've had the not mean. We've had a little bit of everything.
Have we had the old?
Philbin was old.
Philbin
Phil was old
old.
as hell.
Philbin was old.
I
You're
mean,
right.
he must have been 90 years old.
I don't know how
when he was here.
how he met people and they said that's a head coach right there.
Well, you know what, man? We've had a lot of that over the years. All right.
Yeah, Cam Cameron too. I don't know how people met him and was just like, it's funny. The guys you have to go back for a second interview because you want to give them a second chance. Those are the ones you should not hire.
So let's assume out there that a lot of people have not met Jeff Hafley yet.
Okay.
How would you describe him to someone who has not met him?
Direct, good communicator, high energy, concise. I like he's got a Adam Gase-esque feel to it where he wants to connect to you one-on-one. I give you a perfect example, rookie camp. We're over there, we're watching because this is our first time actually watching a team practice. And for the rookie camp, they had I've been doing this since like God, when I was an intern in 1997. So I'm used to 10-minute periods for each practice. It's been 10-minute periods of my life for forever. All of a sudden we've got 20-minute periods. So we're literally watching players stretch for 20 minutes. And he comes over and he's basically like, we're not going to be doing much. We're basically teaching these guys how to stretch and how to run drills and how to hit the bags and things of that nature. So, don't get all overly excited. Don't overanalyze this thing. And, and that's important to know because literally after he says this, I'm watching guys stretch for 20 minutes and people go over how to properly stretch your neck and properly stretch this and stretch that. But that's what Ricky Minicamp is for. It's like an indoctrination of it's like your high school orientation when the day you go before school actually starts and they take you to your classes and show you where your classes are and your teacher introduces herself to you and she's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to take good care of you. That's what rookie minicamp is like. So I watched him walk from field to field, talk to people individually. He feels like a head coach. I think the best benefit of where Jeff Hafley is that, and this is the part of him that I really liked when he was hired. He's failed before. He's already failed. He's already failed as a head coach at Boston College, and there were lessons that he learned from it and experiences that he took from it. And what you do is you take those experiences and failures and you double down on it to make sure that they don't happen again in this opportunity. For instance, now I remember he was talking to Richard Sherman's podcast, and he basically said to Richard Sherman, I'm spending most of my time right now investing in the offense, learning the offense, laying the foundation for the offense, because I know I'm a defensive coach, but I don't want to be viewed as a defensive coach. Right now, my defensive coordinator is running everything while I get to know the offense intimately. I mean, and technically this is his offense. Whereas I think when we go back to Adam Gase, didn't touch defense. Brian Flores didn't touch offense. Mike McDaniel didn't touch defense. You know, they were one-sided coaches, and I
can't be that anymore, right? I mean,
you can. Everybody is, actually. To be honest with you, everybody is. They're very few.
But it feels like these guys end up getting canned, don't they? Like these guys everybody are like, they're off. He's an offensive coach, like Mike McDaniel.
Everybody
gets
like,
okay, canned. Well, he ends up back as an OC.
I think they're
not everyone. Well, I guess everyone does now, right? I mean, we see Harbaugh got finally
Mike Tomlin.
Like
Mike Tomlin is
a
full. Mike Tomlin is a full coach.
Is there a coach, like, who's the longest tenured coach right now? We'd have to look this up, but like, who's the, because
that's a damn good question.
Tomlin was probably Tomlin had to have been on that list, right?
Yeah, Tomlin was.
Tomlin was.
Yeah, and now it might be.
It was Harbaugh. But,
it's Andy Reid. It's got to be Andy Reid. Yeah, it's got to be Andy Reid.
But it's amazing, like even the top guys, like we saw with Belichick. Like Belichick had his, was forced out of New England eventually, and like we see it seems to come to an end with everyone in that league, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not for long, I guess, for coaches too. But
you got 3 years as a coach in the NFL now.
Top 3: Andy Reid, 13 seasons. Sean McVay with the Rams, 9 seasons, and same thing with Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers, 9 seasons.
Kyle Shanahan, and then the Green Bay's coach can't be too far. It's that whole it's the whole tree. It's the.
Well, let me ask you this, because we talked to Jeff Hafley again very briefly when we met him, and do you have any idea what Joe, like the first thing he asked him, he talked to him about? Guys being on time.
Yeah, okay.
It's like his big thing, right? It's his big pet peeve. Like he wants guys to be on time. Anyway, does he have the respect of the players? Like, is that won't be an issue with this guy? Right?
How is that not how is that not a thing, considering nobody on that team has any kind of security? Nobody.
Yeah.
Not even Devon Achane. Devon Achane is a commodity that could be traded at any minute. Who has any security on this team?
So you're saying because the team has such little, names and talent, and nobody's even worried about it?
Nobody. No,
I'm just concerned. Like I just want to make sure that that's no longer an issue here. I know that was like a big thing for Joe. So when you say like I know you spent some time around this guy,
I think that's overplayed.
Okay,
that's overplayed because certain individuals ran amok in 2024, and then they got eventually ran off. But I don't think that was and yes, they were basically polluting the rest of the crop of talent in terms of guys who followed their lead. I don't think that was a full-scale Mike problem.
Okay.
Like, people showed up for work. People, now, where are they on the practice field the minute the practice began? No, but Tariq never was on the field for the minute practice began. Hell, we had a whole training camp where we joke everybody be working for 30 minutes and Tariq would show up at 7-on-7s and just go run a 9 route on Ethan Bonner, who'd been sweating and who'd already built up a sweat and was tired.
But except for the fact that it wasn't a joke, right? And it just became,
it just became the norm.
It became a problem. And I think stuff like that led to the eventual crumbling of everything you had there.
You know what led to the eventual crumbling of everything you had there? The fact that the quarterback's arm died on him. That's what led to the crumbling of everything you had there.
We were talking about him yesterday, and it would be very Dolphins for him to go and
tear it up,
win a playoff game over there.
No question.
And, I don't know if it'll happen, Omar. I honestly at this point it doesn't even matter. He's gone. It wasn't. By the way, it wasn't your decision, and it wasn't my decision or Dan Day's decision to send Tua packing. That was these guys that took the jobs over there.
Absolutely.
That was GM and head coach. That was
full
their
cleanse.
Decision.
Dolphins had a colonic.
Yeah, but
full
you know
cleanse.
what? They also could have very easily said, hey, we think this guy can play. We already paid him.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to pay him regardless.
No question.
Tua, you're staying.
Yep.
They could have very easily have gone down that road. And they decided Malik Willis was the superior player.
I don't know if I would say that.
Me. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know if
they decided he is the superior player.
They decided.
Not only did they pay Tua to leave, but they paid this guy to come in.
Okay.
So they better hope he's a superior player.
He's new. He's fresh.
I don't care if he's
sellable.
New or fresh.
Tua was not.
I don't care about sellable.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Dolphins
we're off to a good start here. All right, Omar. Speaking of players that have been running amok, I don't know how much you've been following this Tyreek Hill drama, as he's like a real life courtroom drama, man. So he's got some stuff going on here. The Heat might be in the mix here. We got a little bit of a whale watch, as I guess we would call it, right? Isn't that what Tobin would say, a whale watch? So we'll check in on that as well. Some news out of the NBA that could end up impacting the Heat. The NBA or the NFL schedule is starting to trickle out here, so there is a lot of stuff going on. Alex Donno is going to join us today as well. We'll talk some Canes. The Canes continuing to clean up out there on the recruiting trail. Chris Perkins will join us. Boy, we loaded it up for you on this Tuesday here. So hope everyone's having a good start to their morning. Glad to have you hanging here with us. We'll take a pause. We got a lot more to get to here on QAM.
I do want to take a second to let you know, man, May is Mental Health
what time it is. Radio. Know what this is. Danger! Get on the floor!
All right, welcome back in here on QAM. At the risk of Omar, I don't know what happened. What happened to Mystical? Do you know? No, Dan.
He likes jail too much.
I risked. I went out on a limb and I risked it.
Nah.
I didn't know. Dan's shaking his head. No,
you don't ask about Mystical.
No, is it that bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I just move past?
I think he was just out of jail and just went back.
Really?
Yeah. Old friend of mine, but not anymore. No.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, I got to tell you guys about this. So we had we had the draft last night. We're doing a summer basketball league, my son, and I got roped into coaching this thing again.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm coaching a 4-year-old league and a 9-year-old league in the summer league.
Gotcha.
Here, so it's like the Vegas Summer League, but in Cooper City. We had the draft last night for the 9-year-olds, and essentially like how this works. Now this is the first time we've done this league. So the one league he's played in twice, I kind of know some of the kids, I guess.
Are you the head coach?
Yeah, I'm the head coach.
Okay.
Absolutely. Was that okay? Well, you don't think I have the personality? What am I, more of a Mike McDaniel?
No,
I'm more
I'm
like
just
a Gase?
trying to.
What am I?
I'm trying to imagine you as a head coach and how many plays you got.
Well, I don't have a ton of plays, Omar, because the kids at that age don't really run them. So we just try to do a man-to-man defense. I was told by some coaches in the business that I respect that like 9-year-olds need to play man-to-man.
Okay.
So I was playing zone. And so anyway, so we switched over to that. But so we had the draft yesterday. And again, I don't know a lot of these. I don't know any of these kids.
What's the rules to drafting your own kid?
Well, you automatically, your kid gets frozen. That's a freeze. Now, what they do is
what does a freeze mean?
They rank every kid, right? So every kid gets like a 1 through 5. Now, this is all the leagues do this. They rank the kids, and I don't love having to rank 9-year-olds. It's kind of sad, but
did you watch them play first, or you just ranking them by size?
Well, essentially, what you do is you sit in a gym, and 90 kids stand in a big line, and they go, here's kid number 50 or whatever the number, and the kid goes and he dribbles across the court and he shoots a layup, and then he gets the rebound, he dribbles to the other side and weaves in a few cones and another layup, and that's it.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. So you take your notes based off of that. Then everyone goes in the back and you do like the consensus rankings on these kids. So needless to say, so last night I am on Zoom doing this draft while my son is playing in a baseball game. So I'm sitting there with headphones in. He's out there. He was pitching. He got the pitch last night, and I'm doing the draft for his team. So multitasking.
Yes.
I don't know who I picked. Like, I have no idea what these kids look like.
You just go by rankings? You pull the Chris Greer?
My wife is great because she will handle the communication part of the whole deal. Like, she'll run the WhatsApp chat. I don't really use the WhatsApp app.
Gotcha.
I'm more of a, like, if you need to reach me, text me type of person. But so she will handle the league chat, like the team chat and all that. And like, so hopefully everyone
make sure to bring
and
snacks and things of that nature.
Yeah, that's more of a younger kid thing, I think. But
you still got to bring snacks for 9-year-olds.
Not for basketball, maybe baseball. I think baseball is more of a snack sport. You don't bring snacks for basketball.
No, Capri Suns after the game.
No, we've never done snacks for basketball. I don't know, maybe this league does. This is our first time in this league, but so anyway, so like they basically go around and the thing like that was weird about it is that they don't have like it's not in person. Like the one league I did was the thing was in person. So like at least you saw like all the names would go up on the board and you cross them all or whatever. This was just a free for all and just people were just drafting the same kids 50 times over and over and over because nobody knew who was like getting crossed off. But nevertheless, I picked the team last night. I don't know how good they are. I don't know who I picked, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, you probably selected the Bad News Bears.
I probably did. Now, I have had bad luck with basketball. I have had bad luck with parents.
Maybe it's a coach.
It's very possible.
I mean, you're not even on the WhatsApp chat.
It's very possible that it is coaching.
They're now like,
it's a very humbling experience. And you know what's funny? So last night we had baseball, like I told you, And I guess probably a lot of people, unfortunately, can relate to this.
Do you ever think that maybe you shouldn't jump from league to league to league?
I don't coach baseball.
I know, but
from basketball
for your kid.
Well, this is a summer league.
I know.
This is summer league, and we basically play in two organizations. We play the Optimist leagues, and we play the JCC leagues. So those are the two leagues that we are involved in right now. But so we had baseball last night, and multiple people got thrown out from the other team. I know you're looking at me like, what? Yes, I am serious, man. Multiple people, coaches from the other team, and there's this mom who sits in the front. So I guess they find a mom to be like the official scorekeeper or whatever, and she got thrown out. She stayed. Somehow that she didn't leave, but she got thrown out of the game. She was screaming at the umpire.
Who else is going to keep the official score?
She was screaming at the umpire during the game. Another coach got thrown out. This guy actually threw his hat on the ground. He thought he was like one of those old school like managers. I've never seen anything like this. And again,
how was your son pitching?
What was that?
How was your son pitching?
He did well. He did a really good job.
Didn't beat anybody?
No, he didn't hit anyone. But no, he's gotten a lot better this season, and we're very, very happy with the progress. But Omar, I'm big on like you gotta have fun out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not having fun, what are we doing here?
Yeah, you're Mike Daniel.
He's 9. They're 9.
You got to enjoy yourself. Yeah.
They're not getting paid, the Tua contracts out there. They're 9.
What about people? What about people who don't show up on time? Do they have to run extra laps for you?
I feel like look. So you got these umpires.
Excuses.
No, but you got these umpires out there that are older guys. They just love the game. They want to have fun. They want to be around the kids and be around baseball. And I'm fine with that, man. Like if their strike zone's not exactly what you think it should be, that's tough. But man, see, 2 people actually got thrown out. They had to leave.
Were they arguing over balls and strikes?
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually had to leave.
For a 9-year-old league?
9-year-old.
Okay. I mean, you're going to impact the kid's ability to get a college scholarship. So,
I mean, I don't know, man.
His strike zone's going to be thrown off for the future.
Some of our guys here on our YouTube chat here this morning, moms are intense at games. Whoever has a helicopter mother, appreciate her while you still have her. I don't know, man. I don't know about those moms. Those moms are like, some of them are intense, man. I mean, they get really into this stuff, like really, really into it. But 2 people got thrown out last night. How do you explain that?
I mean,
yeah, what's it like when you get home?
I don't know. I've never been thrown out of a game. Not even close.
When you're the kid, are you proud that your mom got thrown out of the game for you? Like, I got to admit, I still got wounds from my mom not showing up for baseball games and wrestling matches. But, that's completely scarring that still impacts me into my 40s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have any good stories for us from that?
No. Just a lot of trauma.
All right. Well, we don't want trauma. But, yeah, look, I think, like, the parents in some of these
make sure
leagues
you show pre-kids, okay?
just need to take a breather, man.
Yeah.
Like, just take a breather. Like, take a little step back and, realize that it's not as important as
I mean, they're paying
you're making out to be.
They're paying a lot of money, especially if they're part of these travel teams.
This is not a travel league. This is
I'm
the
just
rec
saying,
league.
It's a rec league.
It's a rec league. It is a rec league. Man, it is. Let's see. Just the guy, 3-9 Saturday, coaching 8-under basketball team. Other coaches also stacked teams. I had a feeling there was some fishy stuff going on last night. I didn't want to say anything, but I don't know. It felt like there might have been some
fishy.
Because everyone that I had rated a 5 on my sheet, they weren't available for some reason. Like they got to me and they were like, I was rattling off all these names and they were like, this guy's been taken. This guy's been taken. He's frozen.
What pick did you have?
Frozen. I don't even know. They didn't do like order. Apparently it's like however the kids ranked and they add the numbers and then like that's when you pick. I don't know. It was very confusing to be quite honest.
You just got hosed, man.
That's all. This guy said, no, you are not proud. You are extremely embarrassed. Trust me. I wonder if 954 here got thrown out of a game. Yeah, I can't imagine like getting thrown out of a game. That's got to be a bad feeling. Like you got to know like afterwards, Like you effed up pretty good.
I don't know.
Well, you're taking that walk of shame to your car.
I
while
mean,
the
come
game
on.
is
Are you
still
really? Are
going
you
on,
really
that's
leaving?
when it's gotta hit
Are you
you.
really leaving, or are you just going over?
No, they make you leave. They make you leave. Like you have to go when they throw you out. Now
you have to go to your car so you can wait for your kid.
I guess, but like to me, that walk of shame to the car, that would be rough, man.
That sit of shame in the car too. Also, like,
let's see here. Can't read that one. That was a little bit mean. Let's see. My son just ended summer basketball, rec baseball, and soccer. All the old coaches managed to get the team stacked. Yeah.
They were like, we got a newbie.
You got to make the parents run laps if the kids come late. I try to make the kids run. The kids like nowadays don't seem to like to run.
They don't seem like anything.
I did that with basketball. I made the kids run. They did not seem to appreciate that very much. Like I do the thing where like I put one of them at the free throw line. If you make the free throw, you don't have to run. And then if you miss it, everyone's got to run. And then you pass the ball off you choose someone else, and they got to go up to the line, and they miss, and we keep running. So, I coached 3 sons, avoid little league moms and football fathers. You said. He says, you do realize Omar is just trying to get a rise out of you. No, Omar will never get a rise out of you.
How am I trying to get a rise out of you? It's.
I don't know, but don't worry.
You got holes on the team. They got ringers everywhere. You didn't even know what draft pick you have.
Well, I don't know that for sure. Now,
you're the Mike McDaniel of youth basketball, where players just show up when they feel like it.
Now we're gonna see I did my
you
best.
Got discipline. You try your best, but if they decide they don't want to run, you're just gonna be like, okay.
I put together my finest Chris Greer performance last night, and I took some kids on there. So they come with they do their own rankings. They do like a consensus with all the coaches, and I had some players ranked higher. They were higher on my board than the league thought that they were worth. So like I picked who I thought, and again, I don't know what these kids look like.
I don't think you had a good strategy. I really don't. Dan Day, am I wrong here? Because I think his strategy is kind of weak.
I'm so confused on what's going on right now. I have no idea.
To be quite honest,
I thought it was just wherever you went to school or wherever you wound up, you wound up. I didn't know there was drafts and grades.
Yeah. Keep
picks
teams balanced, man.
What in the world?
I mean, but if you got a novice coach up here who doesn't even know how players play in the league, it's going to be bad for you.
What happened to grown-ups and kids having fun in these leagues?
Yeah, it's funny because I coached my son's youth basketball team 1 year, and it's probably I got a trophy from it because I was
took a trophy as the coach.
They gave me a trophy as a coach because I was there. It wasn't my team, but I showed up every day and I helped out. And
you were a cheerleader essentially.
No, I was kind of a coach. Okay. I was kind of like an assistant coach, sir.
All right, a couple more texts real quick here.
Hold on, you didn't get to my story. But we had we had for some reason the star player in the league. He was like, we didn't have the best team, but we had like the best player.
Yeah,
and he was like pre-young MJ, where he'd take every shot. And it just was such a dynamic where this kid just was like, you guys suck, but I'm good. And there was nothing we could do about it as coaches because the team did suck and he was good.
By the way,
if we could have traded him,
the one ringer usually are the teams that end up winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
baseball's a little different. Let me see. So this guy says some of their parents, best parents, drop their kids off, let them play with their buddies, and parents allow kids to coach to do their thing, age 11 and up. Yeah, I mean, most of the parents, at least for practice, didn't hang around, but the games, they're pretty much on top of you. 954 says, just signed up my 9-year-old son for tackle football. Conditioning started a week ago. Ooh. First game isn't until August.
9-year-old tackle.
With that, sir.
Yeah. 9 in tackle, sir. I don't advise that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't tell people what to do.
I don't believe that kids should be playing tackle football until they're double digits.
Oh, that's your decision.
I kind of know a little bit more about football than most people.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
You cover the Dolphins. What does that have to do with 9-year-olds?
I know. I've covered the Canes. I've covered
the Canes are 18 to 22.
I've covered the Seminoles.
Right, whatever.
I've covered every level of football. Thank you, sir.
This guy says, sounds like your son got stuck with the worst coach in the league.
He sure did,
dude. No, this was the other team. that got the coaches on our team were great. We love the coaches on our team.
No, he's talking about your basketball team because your son. Did you?
I'm
at least,
the coach of the basketball
You should have
team.
let your son pick his teammates.
I'm the coach of the basketball
exactly.
team.
And
so
it
maybe
sounds like
may be the worst coach in the league, sir. But you know what? We're working on it. All
yeah.
right?
You should have let your son pick.
We're all
draft.
getting better. Well, he was playing baseball last night. Do I probably, you know what? Probably would have let him pick if he
I mean, he would have loved this team if he'd be the player GM. Like, who wouldn't love that? Get to draft your teammates.
Let's see here. The good news for
I mean,
Hollywood.
you're a bad manager because you didn't even let your son give you the scouting report of his peers.
I'm the GM and the coach, the owner. I'm like Jackie Moon over here. All right. The good news is his kid will learn more since he didn't stack his team. When you take the stars, they never pass. They hog the ball. Your son doesn't develop. Yeah, I am big on passing. Like last season, we had a couple of kids that didn't really want to pass, and so I did the thing in practice. We're running like really late here, but whatever. I pulled all the kids in. I said, "Listen, we're gonna do like in the movie Hoosiers, like 3 passes before you shoot." And they all looked at me like, "Well, what are you talking about?"
What is this Hoosier thing?
It's a movie.
Yeah, no.
You've never seen Hoosiers?
No, I've seen Hoosiers, but they're 9-year-olds.
We gotta learn to pass, right? That's the whole thing. Like learn to pass.
Did you show them the movie Hoosiers?
Yeah, we sat down. We had a film session.
Okay.
In our film room that we have at the facility there, and
Gotcha.
And we watched it.
All right,
we got to take a pause. Dan Day, I got a question for you from this text here. I need to ask you this. We need to address this if you don't mind. Someone has some ask for some tourist recommendations here. So we'll get to that. We'll get Dan's finest travel agenting skills when we return.
What I don't qualify
on QAM. You do not.
I do want to take a moment to tell you about Loctite
Like we did the evaluations for the 4-year-old league. 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And yes, there was.
What's the evaluation like? This kid can dribble.
It was it was like.
Does he know the rules?
Very basic.
Yeah. How many steps do they take before they shoot the ball?
There's no travel. There's nothing in that league. But
Yeah.
I did tell you a kid showed up. He was wearing a headband and a shooting sleeve.
Did he have the shooting sleeve on the right hand?
I don't know. I don't know what a shooting sleeve does. We didn't wear shooting sleeves in my day, so I don't know. But do you wear it on the shooting arm, the non-shooting? I don't really know what they do. Anyway, we got to get caught up here. Alex Donno is going to jump in with us here. Dan, somebody had texted in. This is right up your wheelhouse here, asking what some recommendations for New Orleans. The only thing that I remember about New Orleans, actually I was drinking the whole time, but the only thing two things I remember. One, I had a shrimp po' boy sandwich at some famous place that was across from that big casino where we were staying, and then we had the donuts at what's the famous donut place?
Cafe Du Monde.
Dumont. Yep, that's the one. So outside of those very touristy recommendations, Dan, put you on the spot here. Where would you recommend this gentleman goes on his New Orleans vacation?
Yeah, I'll try to keep it somewhat simple because I know it can get confusing. Of course, you have to walk around the French Quarter, whether that be Bourbon Street or not. I would definitely take the trolley and go uptown to Oak Street because it's got a lot of cool places. And if you're looking for cleaner fun, you can go to Frenchman Street.
Yes.
And Magazine Street.
Frenchman Street is a good street.
That's
now I found Bourbon Street to be.
You got to do it though.
I suppose you do.
It's kind of dirty. Don't get all excited about it being like, ooh, Bourbon Street.
It's as horrific as
it's
they
filthy.
make it.
Don't drink the little slushy, the little syrupy slushies.
Well, that's all they have there. So like we're walking down Bourbon Street. I haven't been there. I don't know. This was 10 years ago, but we're walking down Bourbon Street, Dan, and essentially like the two options were daiquiri bar, or like really shady strip club.
Yes, correct. That's
kind of what it was.
There is at the end of one corner. There's always a restaurant that has a live band. I obviously can't remember the name of it, but it's on the right side. And I like those spots with the live bands. I've actually had good times on Bourbon Street.
There you go,
partying.
Really?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I'm a club kind of guy.
But the strip clubs are clubs, though. Those are like, what would you call those, Dan? Those things that are
some of them are clubs. Some of them turn into clubs.
They do have some clubs, but like you go to like Famous Door or Bourbon Street Blues Company or Catch Me Out. Well, Catch Me Out is more of a karaoke, but they've got some live bands in there that are playing.
Absolutely.
And Frenchman Street, you can walk down Frenchman on a Tuesday at like 2 p.m. and there's a live band. I'm like, who's booking these guys?
There's so many live bands in New Orleans. That's the one thing I enjoy. I also enjoy the food. Without a doubt, have New Orleans style barbecue shrimp. If you've never had it, you definitely should. It's not like barbecue like you know it. It's Cajun, it's spicy, it's buttery.
Now, those are the shrimps that have the peels on them, right?
Yes, correct.
Now those I don't do.
Tails on them.
What do you mean you don't do?
I don't like to have to dissect food.
Okay,
I don't like
lobster,
to have to peel the plastic thing off the shrimp. I actually made lobster on Mother's Day.
Look at you.
I made lobster. Well, I didn't make it. I bought the tails from Publix and I used the shears and I cut them and I butterflied them. They didn't look very nice, but they turned out okay.
Look at you. Look at you. You usually putting your grill on. Did you do it on the grill?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at you like a big boy.
Publix had lobster tails on sale for $5.99.
I know. But Publix was trying to come up on Mother's Day.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They did me well there. All right, we got to take a pause. Donno's going to jump in with us here. You got it, 754. Dan Day just gave you the quick. Dan's like the travel guide of. Do they still make travel guides like Frommer's and all that?
I like a restaurant called Oceana on Bourbon Street. It's very commercial now, but it used to be.
I was gonna say every tourist goes there.
No. But it's very commercial now. But I was there when it was literally a hole in the wall.
Dan's rolling his eyes at you.
That's what they wanted you to think.
Yeah. No. This was
okay. So
this is like 20 years. This was 20 years ago.
I'll take your advice. When I was living there 20 years ago.
Now I'm different. I like to go to the most touristy places
I don't mind
possible. I like to go like when I go to a city. Like if this restaurant doesn't sell T-shirts, it's not touristy enough for me.
I believe you. I know you.
I'm big on that,
absolutely
man.
know you.
I like going to touristy
you go
places.
you go to places. You travel for meat. and T-shirts.
Yes, I have gone on meat vacations. Doesn't sound very good to say.
That sounds like a
way,
clip.
but I like to consider myself a barbecue connoisseur.
Yes,
and
you do.
I have traveled,
Even though your brisket sucks.
and I do. My brisket is atrocious, but I do seek out.
Have you ever
places.
sought out like brisket advice, guidance? You go to all these.
People have been very helpful.
No. I'm talking about like a grill master.
Like be like an apprentice.
Yeah,
of
a
a barbecue master.
Yeah, I think
don't want to waste their time. Like
you don't believe in yourself.
I'm so far behind on that. Like now,
Yeah.
everything we cooked over Mother's Day, this was the Sunday grill job. Everything actually turned out pretty good.
I'm sure you can grill everything.
Now this was much
except
simpler
for brisket,
stuff, but
yeah,
brisket is like it's
like
a 2-day ordeal.
Brisket is a like a graduate program, PhD program of meat.
We've put the brisket in the freezer. It's on hold, and we'll get to it someday. We're going to get to Alex Donno when we come back. The 7:00 hour is next on QA, and Perk will join us as well. So Alex Donno, Chris Perkins join us coming up here on QAM.
But right now, I want to talk to you about some other things.
series at 2 with the Pistons. Tonight at 8, it's Timberwolves Spurs with that series tied at 2. Colorado Avalanche took a 3-1 series lead over the Minnesota Wild. Tonight at 7, it's Sabres Canadiens with Montreal up 2-1. Then at 9:30, Ducks and Golden Knights. That series is tied at 2. The Marlins face the Twins tonight at 7:40. Yuri Perez gets the start. Dante Wright has flipped his commitment from Georgia to Miami. The California prep star is considered the 5th best cornerback in the 2027 class. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Temperature is going to be in the low 80s. It's supposed to be overcast skies with a chance of rain later in the evening. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
This hour of the Joe Rose Show is brought to you by Baptist Health.
Dan Day's got us bouncing off the walls here on this Tuesday morning. Hope everyone's having a good start to the day as the sun starts to rise here. I am Hollywood. Omar Kelly is with us. Dan Day is with us. Jamie is out there somewhere. And we are now joined by our dear friend Alex Donno. He is the host of the Locked On Canes podcast. It is a must listen for all of our Hurricanes fans out there. And Donno, I say good morning, and I must tell you, I like the polo. You're looking good this morning with a nice little Sebastian polo. Good morning, my friend. How you doing?
Good morning, guys.
He didn't even give me a compliment about how I look this morning.
Omar looks like crap.
Feel special.
He's wearing a plain brown shirt. He looks terrible.
I was enjoying Omar's New Orleans stories, though, going to tourist trap restaurants that he thought were holes in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Omar
you,
got suckered.
20 years ago, it was a hole in the wall. Yes, I know it's got like 2 levels. It's like 7 stories and 2 levels now, but back in the day, I discovered it. Back
discovered it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Omar discovered it. Right, Dan? Omar discovered it. Dan's like back there rolling his eyes like this clown. So good morning, Donno. Hope all is well with you, my friend. And I know all is well in Coral Gables. A lot of recruiting news coming out this week. I know you've been covering it on Locked On. If you can just maybe give us a little bit of a rundown, Donno. What's been the talk over the weekend and last couple of days here as we get our week started?
Friday and Saturday were crazy. So Friday, this one was like expected. Miami landed a big-time defensive lineman, a 4-star, really solid defensive tackle with versatility, Zeke Ayangbile. And then Saturday came the real surprise, and I heard Dan mention it in his update because Miami had been working really hard to try and flip one of the top corners in the country. He'd been committed to Georgia since June. He's a California kid, went to Long Beach Poly, the famous school. Snoop Dogg went there. John Wayne went there back in the day. Dante Wright. And so, like, Miami and Oregon were really trying to flip this guy from Georgia. Georgia obviously was trying to keep him in the class. And, like, I knew Miami had been working on this one, guys. Like, they had been, keeping in communication with Wright and everything. But most of the intel was indicating that if anybody was going to flip him, it was going to be Oregon. And that Miami was probably on the outside looking in. And then, lo and behold, early Saturday afternoon, we get the news that Wright not only flipped to Miami, but he also did say he's shutting down his recruitment. He's canceled all his summer official visits to other places, which is a good sign. I know Omar's rolling his eyes at me. And Omar, I understand, and you're totally right. Like, recruiting is not done until they actually enroll and they show up on your campus. And even then, anybody can transfer at any time. So I get it.
Sign NILs now?
Yeah, no, I understand.
No. Do they sign letter of intents or not NIL?
I think they can maybe like verbally agree to NIL stuff now. I don't think they can. And the rules are changing like every 5 minutes. But I don't think they can actually like receive NIL until they enroll. But there's obviously promises that are made and everything.
Here's my thing about the whole recruiting thing, Donno.
Yeah.
And what's this young man's name?
Dante Wright.
Dante Wright needs a cornerback, right?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Cornerback Dante Wright. He's being lured, pursued, probably got offered a 4-year, $4 or $5 million contract by most of these schools. Maybe Miami's the highest bidder at the present moment. What changes his mind if Georgia ups the ante? What if Georgia ups the ante to $1.25 million per year, does he switch back? How does this work here? Is his commitment forever, final? How often does that happen?
Listen, man. Oh, well, first of all, Georgia is always very like pompous. Like, oh no, we don't get into these crazy bidding wars. Oregon, though, Oregon might. Like that's you know,
absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that past them. But again, I think that's why it's significant that he's canceled his official visits. Like he seems to want this process to be over, and sometimes players do get into that mode, Omar, because obviously, at any point in your recruitment, there are going to be bidding wars. There are going to be promises made by multiple different programs, and some players will take that right up to signing day.
Absolutely.
Right? But then there are certain players, especially
take it up to signing day when there's a big bag of cash that shows up at your door.
Right.
Well,
so especially when you're a five-star. When you're a 5-star, the process is a lot louder for these guys because you have more schools and they're more urgent with you because you're, deemed to be such a good player that sometimes these young men will decide, I don't necessarily want to take this all the way to National Signing Day. I want to end my process. And Dante Wright seems to be in that mode right now. And in fact, there's another 5-star player that Miami is after, and I'm not feeling very good about this one coming up on Friday, and that's 5-star offensive tackle Mark Matthews. Also seems to be in that mode of, I think he's just tired of the whole process and he wants to shut it down. The unfortunate thing for us is I think Miami would have a better shot with Matthews if they could get him to keep his recruitment extended, because Texas A&M has been in the lead for him, and the pervasive thought has been if Miami can get him to stretch it out, then whether it's whatever it is. If
schools are involved,
so we talked about Mark Matthews yesterday on the show, Donno, and I want to get your opinion on this. And again, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but with all things being equal at a lot of these schools, right? And by that I mean they all have top tier facilities, they all have top tier coaches, they all play their game. Stop shaking your stupid head. They do.
It's true. It's not true.
They all have top facilities.
No,
they all
don't.
have top tier coaches. They all play their games on national television. So with a lot of those things, Donno, being equal, I think to me, the difference would be the amount of money being offered, because we are talking about life-changing money. This is not, we're going to pay you, one school pay you $5,000, the next school pay you $6,000. We're talking money in the either high 6 figures or low 7 figures for a lot of these guys. And I had someone tweet to me yesterday. He said, you never chase money. It will always outrun you. Go to the school you love the most.
Sure.
And that's not the advice I would give someone. I think especially in a sport like football, where your career could end on the next play. You have to maximize
not only that, but you
the
can
money
go for a place with a coach, and then the coach is gone the next year.
That's true too. Yeah. But again, with a lot of things, Donno, I think you would agree with this. And we're not talking about we're talking about the schools that are involved in these chases of these players, these big pursuits of these players.
Yeah.
There's 20, 25 schools, 30 schools that are like realistically in the hunt for a lot of these players that are, have made the commitment, that are ponying up the money. To me, a lot of things are equal. At these schools. Like, money is going to be the difference maker. Don't you think? Like, at least for me, like that would be the direction I'd probably guide someone, would be to take the money.
Yeah,
right.
It sometimes works out the opposite way, though, where if a player is getting offers like financial offers that are huge but pretty similar for multiple different schools, then you kind of default to the other stuff. So it can go both ways, Hollywood. Like certain players, like there have been like some 4-star wide receivers maybe that have like a much bigger offer from one program than the others. And then you go to the one where it's like, all right, this is life-changing money. Like, how do I pass this up, right? But in the case of Mark Matthews, who's top offensive tackle in the class, that's a position of extra premium out of high school, because something you notice about top offensive tackles are they rarely hit the transfer portal. Like offensive tackles usually stay where they're at, which means you put an extra premium on recruiting these guys out of high school because you're probably not going to be able to get them a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road.
Because it's a chemistry thing. Offensive lines are about chemistry and being in the right scheme fit. So yes, absolutely, that makes a lot of sense.
So
and
I don't
probably should be defensive linemen too.
Is Texas A&M outbidding
absolutely
the other programs right now?
I'm not even sure. And again, like I don't know. You know, they try to keep these numbers private. You know, I've seen speculation from reporters on both sides that the money's either pretty equal. The Texas A&M reporters, of course, as they would say Miami's actually offering him more money. So you know, it depends on who you believe. But I think in the case of Matthews, I think he knows the money's going to be there no matter where he goes out of his finalists. I think for him, it comes down to where he feels the most comfortable, because the vibes that I've been getting, and listen, and Omar knows this, sometimes the South Florida kids want to experience something else out of high school. Now, I think in the case of guys like Ruben Bain and Mark Fletcher and now Malachi Toney, it can also work out really well when you stay home and you represent your city, but that's not the way everyone envisions their career. So I think in the case of Matthews, he might see comfort in College Station of all places, which is puzzling to me, but it is what it is. And then the other part of it is you also have to look at roster fit and opportunity. And if Texas A&M has more openings for him to start right away, which I know is a part of Matthews' criteria, whereas Miami, they've got Jackson Cantwell now, who looks generational on the left side. And then there's a couple guys they like for the right side as well for the near future. Joel Irvin and Ben Congdon are young top offensive linemen who are going to battle it out. So it's like, I'm not saying Matthews is afraid to compete, but I think if you see one side, a much clearer path to come in right away and be the guy, I think that can be part of your criteria as well.
From my experience, Donno, and I understand I covered college football at the highest level at Florida State. I covered it.
You don't have to preface your opinion by saying that. Just go ahead.
No, I want the whole resume before.
We know. Omar, you're well traveled.
Facts.
You're well traveled.
Just
go.
When, especially for a South Florida athlete, while there's certainly a tremendous amount of appeal to the University of Miami and playing for the University of Miami, understand when you go to College Station, you are the big fish in that pond, and you are the superstar of that town. A high school freshman isn't even going to be on anybody's radar around here.
Malachi Toney, though, I mean,
Malachi Toney's a huge difference.
Yeah,
and then think about it. How much do you think if Malachi Toney went out right now on SouthCh? Not that anybody goes to South Beach. Let's change it to Wynwood.
I don't know where people go anymore. So they go
to Wynwood. How much do you think Malachi Toney on the streets of Wynwood would be recognized?
I just based on seeing him now, I usually see him in the context of at Miami, where this dude has lines down the street of people getting his autograph. I would like to think when he goes out somewhere where there are locals that he gets recognized. But I can't tell. I've never seen Toney out of context. Like I've never seen him walking around Wynwood, so I don't know. But I'm guessing he's a pretty big star wherever he goes. But not everyone is in that boat, though.
The crazy thing about this is, I mean, let's rank stars in South Florida as sports stars in South Florida.
Yeah.
Where Malachi Toney's got to be really high up on that list, man.
He's right behind Messi.
Top 10.
Who's the most recognizable player on the Dolphins? Like if you're walking in the mall, like you'd recognize
HN maybe.
How many people
but most
people
would be very surprised how small he is.
He would have to be wearing his jersey for people to.
Yeah.
So how many recognizable players do the Dolphins
I'm not even
have?
sure Devon HN would be recognized.
No, I don't think
but
he
but
is.
That's different because football players have the jerseys and the helmets and people don't really see under the helmet, so it's kind of hard.
If Tua walked past you in the mall, you'd recognize him
definitely. But
realistically, like how many players in this town? Bam,
Tyler, definitely. Tyler,
Bam, Messi. I mean, Messi gets mobbed wherever he goes.
Yeah, Messi. But outside of
I remember seeing him in Publix and nobody was checking him for him.
Really?
I'm just saying. Remember that video when he first got here and he was in Publix buying a sub and like nobody was really looking
that's
at.
because he went to Publix right in the middle of the day and it was empty. But
And he's
believe
very
me, if
short,
I ran
so
into
if you don't like,
Yeah,
look at his
if you-
face.
exactly.
Yeah.
if I was walking through Publix and I saw Messi,
What
I
would you
would
do?
I'd go to the school supplies aisle
Uh-huh.
and I would buy a marker, a pen, or whatever. And I would go find a box of like Messi-O's or whatever, his cereal, something or other. And I'd have him sign it. I'd be, hey, can you sign this for the kids? I'd say it's for the kids.
But, of course you would.
Yeah.
But it's really for you.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. Well, it's for the family business now. We're setting up a table at a card show coming up here.
What?
We're doing the hobby card show at the Broward Convention Center. We got a table.
And you're selling some
Awesome.
of your personal stuff?
Oh yes.
What?
Oh yes, to the highest bidders. Yep.
Love
Your
that.
wife told you it's time to get that collection out of the house, huh?
She did not order me to do it. Nope. This is basically where we're at right now. Is I told my son, I said, listen, we bought a lot of stuff.
Yes.
You have to sell some of it if you want to keep
Exactly.
buying more.
Yes.
So
you're selling the crap and
we're cutting our
consolidating it.
losses, and we'll buy more stuff and whatever.
You better
but
not sell my Concord 11s, sir. You need to wear them. That's
I
the whole
I
point.
I should have you sign the box. And
No. You need to put them on your feet.
But if you see me like lurking around Coral Gables at the next Malachi Tony signing, it's because I'm stocking up for the card show. I'm just
Be waiting in a long line.
Might have to call our boy Cam over there, see if we can get some signed footballs and stuff for the company. All right, we got to take a pause here. Perk's going to join us soon. This is a great question. A few people have asked this, by the way. What has happened to the Crowder Omar boxing match?
why we got to bring that up?
Now, I said the other day, I think Crowder is afraid.
Stop doing that.
I think Crowder
is not afraid.
to
Crowder's
face
not
you.
even bothering you with training.
He was telling us all these stories that made him sound like a badass at the event we had on Friday night.
I am not entertaining this.
I
Donno, please
think-
ignore him.
I think Crowder is concerned because he knows I will train you up and I will have you ready. I think he's concerned, to be quite honest. So I think he's ducking you. I think Crowder is ducking you. I haven't heard from him. Have you?
I'm keeping it friendly because
He's
I don't
ducking you.
want my beat down.
He's ducking
Thank you
He
very
knows
much.
my number. We're out here, Crowder. If you're not ducking the man, step up. Let's go.
Would you stop? Can you stop this, please?
Listen, I'm a promoter. That's what I do. That's what I do.
You're the Don King of WQAM, huh?
Yeah. Matthew Kachuk, by the way, I would recognize Matthew Kachuk in a minute anywhere he was at. I don't know how many other people would.
You could put a 5-people lineup and I probably wouldn't get it right.
You're probably right. Hey man, the Panthers, they're not a lot of those guys are not particularly recognizable. Like you recognize Barkov if you walk past you.
I actually would, but that's
I would, but but we watch a lot of Panther hockey. We work in this thing, but any Marlins players? Anyone?
I don't even know if I can name a Marlins
I couldn't
player.
recognize them if they had their own jersey on.
If I put a gun to your head right now and said name a Marlins player, could you?
Couldn't
do
do
it,
it.
Omar?
Couldn't do it.
All right, back on QAM after this.
I do know this.
Perk
These
is
South
ready.
Florida Chevy dealers have never looked better than they do right now, boy.
Welcome back in here on QAM on this Tuesday morning. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Alex Donno, and Dan Day along here with you. And we do have Marlins tickets to give away at some point here today, Dan Day. Dan will be in charge of the contesting as we roll on here. So whenever Dan is ready, we will give those tickets away. So maybe we should give them to Omar so you can learn some of the Marlins players.
I do plan to go out to a Marlins game.
We're going to get you out there?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. They have a lot of good giveaways coming up, Omar. So we'll
I heard there's a Barbie
there.
giveaway.
I think Barbie Day may have passed, if I'm not mistaken. I know you have a young daughter.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a day for just about everything there, Donno. But now don't quote me on this one, Omar. I will look this up for you, but I don't know if that is still happening. I know that it was happening, but I will certainly let you know about that one. What else do we got a lot going on in the world of sports. We've kind of jumped off that for a second here, but if you are just joining us this morning, the Thunder swept the Lakers 115-110. LeBron couldn't even make it through the post-game presser without getting asked 50 times about if he's coming back next year. We will see. Very non-committal. You wonder if that was it. Maybe that was his last game last night. Omar seems to think he's coming back. If he comes back, does he want to be in LA? I think would be the second part to that question. Dan, you seem to have thoughts on this.
Don't you feel as though, and then nobody owes anybody anything, but don't you feel LeBron owes it to the NBA and the NBA owes it to LeBron to have one last, farewell tour?
He doesn't want to do that, though.
Yeah, I don't think well.
He says he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of more with Omar on that. Like he says he doesn't, but LeBron, I love LeBron. I really do. And I'm not trying to rip him when I say this, but he is the attention-seeking type.
Yeah, it's true.
He is the kind of guy that he did that stupid Netflix show, which I don't like the NBA version of that, the NBA version of Quarterback, whatever they call it, Starting Five, which I do not care for. But he was not only was he on it, but every segment he was in felt very scripted. Like he really put it on for the cameras.
You feel like that? I didn't watch it. So.
I feel like LeBron has probably had a video crew with him his entire career.
Yeah,
so he can do whatever, however many. Yeah, like MJ did. What did he do? 8 episodes of The Last Dance. LeBron's gonna do 80 episodes.
Hold on, that's not fair because MJ also had a camera crew following him the duration of his career, so he would have footage for this Last Dance. Whereas, okay, LeBron grew up in a different age where there were camera crews all constantly around him and cameras.
And it's fine. My point though is that he is the attention-seeking type. Like LeBron is not the kind of guy who, I think wants to just ride off into the sunset, like how Aaron Rodgers claims, like when he retires, he's just going to go, retire into a cave and never be heard from again.
I mean, it worked for Brett Favre.
Yeah. Well, kind of. He still got in trouble a couple times.
Not exactly. I just would be careful what you say about him because he'll sue you for if you accuse him of anything. But his retirement hasn't gone particularly well. He had a documentary come out about him that I don't think he was he authorized, I guess you would say.
Those are the best documentaries, the ones you don't authorize.
Yeah, they usually are. Like if 50 Cent puts out his hit piece on Diddy, like that kind of documentary. Yeah, usually they come off as hit pieces, and the one on Brett Favre was not very flattering. But
think about how much money Brett Favre could have made on TV talking about football. He probably gave up $100 million.
He could have, except for the fact that had a couple problems. I'm going to go through some of these really quick here before we hit the break. Some of these Marlins days that are coming up here, Omar.
Please tell me. Barbie Day's over?
So this is MLB.com/Marlins/tickets/offers. And you can go to their theme nights. And they have all these different packages you can buy. So May 20th coming up here is Mental Health Awareness. They have a hat for that. They have the Faith and Family Night, which is on a Friday against the Mets. There's a cool hat for that one. We have Naruto Night. I think that's an anime cartoon. Yeah, so that's like a cartoon of some kind. We got Youth League Days coming up. We got, oh boy, look at this one. 90s Night. And this jacket is sweet. It's a teal jacket.
You get a jacket?
Yeah, it's like, what do they call it? Teal, right?
Yeah,
teal.
I guess so. Yeah.
And it's got the Marlins logo on the front, the Coors Light on the back. Check out this jacket, Omar. That's right in your wheelhouse. How nice is that one? We got SpongeBob Day on June the 7th. We got the Youth Parade Days coming up. We got, let's see here, Military Appreciation, which that's a pretty cool jersey as well. Ooh, this one is really cool. Top Gun Day. That hat is sweet.
These are some good theme days.
Where's the Marlins marketing department? They gotta send us some of this stuff. We got Pokemon Night. With some jerseys. Harry Potter Night. I'm done spending money on Harry Potter after I bought a bunch of Universal tickets already for the summer. So Harry Potter will get no more of my money. I've never read the books, never seen the movies. Don't plan to see either or read either. Back to school against the Cubs. You get a backpack. And there's a bunch more. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there are a lot of good.
There are a lot of freebies going on here.
A lot of and that's just the theme nights. That's not even the giveaways. So if you want to go to promotions and giveaways, there's a whole nother deal for that one, Omar.
How do they find that? Promotions and giveaways?
Marlins.com/promotions.
Okay.
And let's see here. So Saturday, the game that I believe this is the game we're giving out to Dan, May 23rd, the Cuban Heritage Celebration. They have a like a light blue Sugar Kings jersey. It's pretty cool. Legends Pin Series. So we got that. Sunday, we got a color changing cup for the first 5,000 fans. Kids are always amused by the color changing cups.
Even some grown-ups, let's be real.
Alumni selfies. Man, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at Lone Depot Park. So yeah, make sure to check out the website. This Flanagan's Cup is actually pretty cool here. First 10,000 fans out of Marlins Flanagan's Cup. I have to get out to that one as well. All right, we're planning our weekends here. We got Chris Perkins who's going to join us. Speaking of our weekends, Omar, I know Perk is out there, man. So we'll get to our man Perk when we come back. We'll talk some Dolphins football, get his take on everything that happened through rookie camp when we come back here on QIM.
Hey, Marlin fans, the Marlins
Day. The traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Vehicle on fire out of Broward County, US 441 northbound at Davie Boulevard. That's affecting all of your main lanes. Miami-Dade still seeing some stop-and-go traffic along Florida's Turnpike southbound right before mile marker 32. An accident still affecting a right lane, and another accident. This one sitting in Miami-Dade, causing a bit of backup. This is traveling on I-95, traveling southbound at Miami Avenue. That ramp remains closed. That's traffic. I'm Aliyah Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
You're listening to The Joe Rose Show. This hour is brought to you by Baptist Health.
Cool ways to listen to us.
Okay, I'd like to hear them then.
On FM 104.3 or on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Same great shows, same great games. Plus, you can use the rewind feature and listen to anything you missed. Go for it.
Welcome back in here on WQAM. We're going to have Perk at 8 o'clock. We're going to push him a little bit here so we can have a little more time to spend with our guy Perk. So we'll do that at 8. Let's see here, Omar. We have some text coming in. 305-567-0560 is how you can reach us there. We are also streaming on YouTube. We talked about it this morning a little bit, Donno, before you got up here with us. This thing with the Knicks, I'm listening, driving in, and I hear the guys from PTI or whatever are talking about it, and they essentially were sizing up the Knicks and the Thunder, right? Like that series is just a lock. Like it's already like it's going to happen. And I know that ESPN desperately needs the Knicks to get to the next round and not the Cavs or the Pistons, right? We know that. Obviously, the Knicks are very good for their business, but it seems very premature. And you never like to be premature when you just put the Knicks in the finals here and assume that they are just going to cruise past whichever team gets out of that series. I don't think that's going to be the case.
They just cruise past the Sixers. Why would they not?
I think the Sixers looked like a team that severely ran out of gas.
Yeah,
the Sixers looked to me like a team that the Celtics were their finals. Like they put it all on the line to beat the Celtics, and they got into that next thing. And even Joel Embiid afterwards was like, this was a success. Like he was happy. They put it all on the line to beat that team. I just think they ran out of gas completely in that series. I don't know that the Knicks are that good. They're good. Don't get me wrong.
They got great ball movement.
They do. They're very good. I know Jalen Brunson's a fantastic player. He's fun to watch. They have some really good pieces on that team, but I don't know that they're going to put it in cruise control and just get past the Cavs or the Pistons like that.
Well, I mean, we learn no lessons from history. And when I say we, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about ESPN. I'm talking about the New York media, because they have been prematurely crowning the Knicks since, 1973, the last time the Knicks actually won a championship. I mean, do you guys remember Linsanity? And then they were completely extinguished by the Miami Heat in that playoff round. What was it, Heat in 5, the usual story? So it's really like fun, anytime, and listen, this is a lot more real than that. Like I'm not comparing this to Linsanity. I think finally the Knicks have a legit basketball team. So I'm not saying they're frauds or anything, but what I am saying is every time the narrative gets ahead of the Knicks rarely catch up to that narrative, that we always put them prematurely on top of the NBA world before they actually earn it. And listen, I can see them getting there. I can see them getting to the finals against the Thunder, but we always seem to do this thing where it's like, oh, the Knicks are back, baby. And then it's kind of like what we used to do with my Canes for so many years, but we do the same thing with the Knicks and they usually fizzle.
Well, Canes are back though.
The Canes are back, yes.
Canes are finally back. So are the Knicks, apparently.
No, the Knicks are. Listen, the Knicks have a very good team. They are deserving of where they're at right now. I'm with Donno, like that. All these teams, and it's just funny because all these teams are one injury away, or one sprained ankle away from. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lakers with Luka would have been a different team.
They would have been a different team. I still don't think they would have beat the Thunder. I think it would have been more of a series, certainly. You got this series tonight with two really good teams in Minnesota and San Antonio. I think it's bogus they didn't suspend Wemby. Donno, we didn't get your thoughts on that yet. He is not going to be suspended, but I don't know, Donno, you're an MMA guy. That elbow was, to me, is worse than a punch. And this wasn't like an accident. There was no accidental about that. That was a wind up. That was an I know where this guy is over my shoulder.
I think it's
happening
happening on. I think I just saw it on Omar's screen behind his head a few seconds ago as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, there is a clear wind up here. He sees him, winds up, and he nailed him.
That was like John Bones Jones in his prime. That elbow to not be suspended is crazy.
John Bones Jones. I always joke about John Bones Jones because he's always involved in like a road rage incident or something.
Oh yeah.
Donno, is there a guy? I can't imagine there's a guy you would least or more would not rather see get out of his vehicle than John Jones. Because, like, first of all, he's the baddest fighter there ever was.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the guy's incredible. Could you imagine if, like, you got into it with someone and John Jones comes walking over to you?
That's why when I'm driving, for as frustrated as I get, I'm always on my best behavior. I'm not.
Yeah, because you never know. It could be John Bones Jones.
Because in my mind, if any driver I piss off is probably going to end up being John Bones Jones. That's why I'm on my best behavior.
I feel like I am not on the road enough during rush hour traffic because all this rage people have pent up about driving, I don't have it. I just
consider yourself lucky.
Yeah. Why am I emotionally? I get frustrated and angry over a lot of things. You want to get ahead of me. You want to cut me off, like the Golden Glades interchange. Oh my God, that's a nightmare to try to get over there from the Palmetto and the merging and
well, you see
and
it
everybody
all the time,
jumps.
right?
Yeah.
These incidents of people they'll fight or they'll shoot or whatever, and it's like, it's like that Chappelle sketch, like when Keeping It Real goes wrong.
Yeah. Like,
right?
I'm sorry, I can't let you get me that far. I'm gonna be 2 minutes later to work than I need to be. Okay, like like what's I don't get
but
it.
You don't work with Joe. Like if you're late with Joe, it's a really bad situation. Joe is like the anti-McDaniel.
If you were late, if McDaniel's your boss and you're late, he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm glad you made it. It's okay. Don't worry about it."
That's why the Dolphins never have. Well, I was going to say never have road incidents, but
we do have road incidents.
We did have a road incident. Speaking of which, Tyreek Hill is
settled,
involved in proceedings. That's a weird case, man. We were talking about weird stuff that's happened with the Dolphins over the years.
It all features Tyreek.
But does that one take the cake for like the weirdest stories we've ever had? It's maybe one of the weirdest stories ever in sports when you look at all the details to it.
Yeah.
The fact that he broke her leg and then had sex with her, even though he's married and in his house, that was a little weird.
Add up. Like most of it doesn't add up, but it's a
she's
very
6'1", 100 and
so what is he?
90 pounds.
He's got her on his back and like carrying her up the stairs. Like it's very weird. Very, very weird story.
Hearing Hollywood and Omar describe it is better than like actually reading the description.
And when you find out what she's suing him for, I was like $50,000. Like, come on. Like, what? Why would you make
gone
this
a little bigger than that?
Yeah, why would you make this go to trial for $50,000?
All right, real quick text here for you, Donno. Would you take a Knicks championship if it means a Canes championship? I hate the Knicks, but I would love to go for a Canes championship.
Are you kidding me? Yeah,
I'd take 3 Knicks championships for.
I would take a Knicks dynasty if it meant getting some Canes championships.
I got to tell you, I know you're not supposed to say this down here. I don't dislike this Knicks team. I just don't. Like, I know they're from New York and their fans are the most obnoxious people on earth, but I don't dislike this Knicks team.
Their fans are obnoxious.
They're the worst. But I just don't have it in me to dislike this team. I love Jalen Brunson. You
like Cat too?
I don't. Not particularly. I said Cat got lucky because he found the only big man in the NBA softer than him.
And what's
Embiid.
Funny is Joel Embiid was like talking trash with him. Like, I guess he was trying to get himself up for the series.
Yeah.
Like they were talking trash on social media before they actually played, and it wasn't even a contest.
I picture like those two like just breaking out like in a pillow fight. or something in the middle of a game, right?
And they still get injured.
Yeah. All right. We got to take a break. Chris Perkins is going to join us. We'll talk some Dolphins football coming up here in the 8 o'clock hour on QAM.
I do want to talk about a couple guys that I'm pretty crazy
the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com. Or we are joined by our friend Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Perk, good morning. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, fellas, what's up? I'm living good, man. I'm ready to take on the week, baby. A day late, I guess, because it's Tuesday, but I'm still ready to take on the week.
Where were you Monday, Perk?
I was at the beach, to tell you the truth. But I'm good now. I was.
Hey,
but
Perk,
I'm good now.
Don't tell them.
Work.
Don't tell them the secrets about our workload during the off-season period.
I know. We're still working our asses off, right, Omar?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the deal. I withdraw that last remark.
Oh, we know you guys are still enjoying the friendlier NFL schedule. We know that you guys benefit from that.
Hey, man, Thursday I got to work hard today, tomorrow, and Thursday, Perk.
Yeah, you got
Come on.
A few press conferences
I know, right? You deserve a raise, though. You deserve a raise.
Perk, we got the schedule coming out. I have said for years, I think strength of schedule is hogwash, bullcrap, baloney. The Dolphins seemingly have the second hardest schedule. And opponents' winning percentage is 5.42, which is just behind Chicago Bears 5.50. How much stock do you put into the strength of schedule, Perk?
Zero. I'm with you. So, I have a couple of things that are very unconventional NFL. It's not all about quarterback, and you don't know how good your team is probably until early November, mid-November. The NFL, let's face it, it's really like a 7 or 8 game season, right? What matters is what you do at the end of the year. And as they expand the schedule from 14 to 16 to 17 to 18, we're going to see that these games in September have less meaning. They have less significance. They're almost going to be like a preseason. And so when you look at the schedule and teams are kind of trying to figure out who they are in September and October, yeah, the strength of schedule that you have, that you see in August is going to be totally different than the reality in October or November. So I understand that the schedule release day is great. It's exciting. I look forward to it. But the strength of schedule that we see right now, by the time we get to November, it's probably not going to be accurate.
Now, Perk, you know how I roll with the schedule and my travel desires. I would like to have Buffalo early, the road trip to Buffalo in September, maybe October. Let's not put it all the way down there in November and December. I would like that West Coast trip with Vegas lumped in with the San Fran. Or if you want to take us to Mexico, I'm down with that too. What would be some of your desired schedule preferences if you could go get some suggestions in?
I would definitely like to do one snow game. I love seeing the snow. So whether it's Buffalo, New England, New York.
I hate you, Perk. I hate you.
No, you
Perk, you're the one beat writer who isn't a full-blown coward and actually enjoys the snow. I love that.
Yeah,
I think those games are so much fun to watch, but I know a lot of our guys are like, you can't play in this weather. We got to play indoors.
Man, I was so cold in Green Bay.
It's a soft media contingent, Hollywood.
So cold. But by the way, Perk, hey, Perk, let me ask you a question. Perk, when you guys watch these games, they throw you out in the stands with the fans, or are you guys sitting in a nice climate-controlled press conference?
Walking from my car to the press box, I was cold.
Yeah, come on now.
No, exactly.
Omar acts like he's out there with the fans on the bleachers.
Right. We got hot chocolate and everything in the press box. We're not.
Don't be telling them our business, Perk. Buffalo, and I like the Buffalo wings too at halftime. By the way,
exactly. You get that clam chowder up in New England. Come on, But you don't want that in
lovely.
September. You want that in December. But the Saturday when we get to walk around in some snow and be cold, and we're coming back home to 76 and sunny. I want a change of weather. I want to see some cold. I'm not out there playing. I'm not getting paid $5 million. They can be out in the snow. I don't have to be for all that time. So I want to see some snow. That's pretty much the only thing. Whenever we go to Vegas, whenever we go to Mexico City, that's fine. Those will probably be fairly warm. I want to see some snow. That's my requirement every year.
We could go see snow in Denver, Perk. We could go skiing and everything like that. But don't do me in Buffalo, man. Don't do. And you know what, Green Bay Green Bay was horrible for me, but it was Thanksgiving Day. I had some Popeyes in the room that I had delivered. That felt sad for the people at Popeyes who had to work there on Thanksgiving.
Right.
And for the delivery man who had to deliver my box of chicken to the room. But I learned in Green Bay that when you're walking into the wind, you have to walk backwards.
Yeah, you know what? So, in the people who went to the University of Wyoming, I learned this covering recruiting. They have what's called the Laramie lean because it's in Laramie, Wyoming, and they say you have to lean into the wind. So when you're walking, they say you have to do the Laramie lean and combat that wind. So yeah, that wind comes, man. That when I covered the NBA, we would stay at a downtown hotel and walk to the arena. But there was this wall at the arena, and that hawk was just waiting. As soon as you turned that corner, here came that wind, and it would almost knock you down. So, yeah, the wintertime wind, you got to be ready for that.
So we're getting offensive coaches perk today, defensive coaches tomorrow. Gonna be able to ask these specific questions about specific players. Who are you worried? Who are you concerned about, Perk? What player are you worried about the vision for them heading into the 2026 season?
Well, you guys know my thing because I've written it. I'm not really going to obsess about the rookies right now. Caden Proctor, I thought, looked slim out there for the Underwear Olympics day one that we saw him on Friday. He looked agile going through drills, but there's no pads. There's no defense out there. So we don't know. I go to some of the recent draftees, right? I go to Chop Robinson, Jonas Avai-Naya, Kenneth Grant. Those are the three that, what is the vision for them? You drafted them. Now you've got to develop them. You've got to coach these guys up. So what is the vision for them? We know that Jonah is going to be moving to the right side at guard where he played in college. What are you doing with Chop? What are you going to do with KG? And you know what I said about a lot of these rookies from last year, and especially the D tackles, I just want to see one thing that you do really well. Do you take on double teams? Do you stop the run? Do you rush the passer? I didn't see that one tangible quality from KG. I think if you have that one thing that you see, now you can build on the rest, and you can take advantage of that one thing that's probably the player's strength, and you can build on that, and you can develop the rest of his game. So really, that's what I want to know from these coaches is what do you see in those three, KG, Jonah, and Chop? Because if those three develop, the rebuild takes off at a fast pace. If they don't develop, now you've kind of wasted some high round draft picks on players who are going to be average at best. I don't think any of them are gonna be busts, but average at best. And you can't have three guys drafted that high all be average. One of them has to be a standout.
Perk, as the roster stands now, what are the biggest holes?
Cornerback, defensive end. And you know, I can say that pretty rapidly and confidently because those are the impact positions. You're in trouble at safety also, but cornerback and defensive end are primary positions. I think that's the priority. And you know, we get back into Chop Robinson a little bit there, right? Like what are you going to get out of Chop? What are you going to do with this guy? That is a major need on the team. And those are two positions where if you can't control those two positions and control the game there or make an impact on the game there, it's going to be a very, very long defensive season for you.
Chris Perkins here with us on QAM. All right, Perk, you referred to Tyreek Hill as a Hall of Fame knucklehead, which I liked in your column here. I guess he's hopefully wrapping his latest saga with the lady, the Instagram lady. OnlyFans, sorry. Perk, that story, by the way, is as bizarre, and the Dolphins have had their fair share. Right. That one is as bizarre a story as we have perhaps ever seen.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, you know, because I remember writing it, and it was the circumstances were something like, you know, Tyreek was putting on this football camp, and the woman had entered her son, and Tyreek noticed her online, and so they had some some little flirtation. She ends up going to his place a couple of days before the camp. They're doing football drills in his backyard, and like she takes him down or something like that, which is, you know, the whole thing is, what are you doing football drills in Tyreek's backyard? And I think like Tyreek's mother was looking on and she laughed and Tyreek got embarrassed. And so he takes her down and allegedly breaks her leg. And it's the whole thing is, it's so Tyreek. And so, you know,
don't forget to have sex part after the whole leg break.
Well, you know, people might be taking their kids to school, Omar. I'm trying to keep it clean.
Omar.
You know,
Thank you, Perk, for trying to keep it clean.
Yeah,
Thank you. It is a family show.
Rating.
Yes,
exactly. So yeah, but you know, I part of my column last week was, you know, you can tell that this is a different regime because this is what happened on Friday. Tyreek is in court with this bizarre case. And Jeff Hafley is on the field turning over a new leaf, a new era. As reporters, we're not looking at Twitter anymore to see what Tyreek said. You know, what was it? I'm gone, coach, or I'm whatever it was, whatever that tweet was. And we're not looking to, you know, at court to see what happened with this case. Like the Tyreek lunacy is over. It's now more stable. It's more real. It's more hand in the dirt football. So, you know, I like what's going on there, but yeah, the Tyreek lunacy is over. It's a new era, but that was as bizarre as it gets. You're right. That's a very bizarre story.
You would trade that Tyreek lunacy for 7 wins right now, Perk. You certainly would. Don't play like you wouldn't.
Well, look, I'm a Tyreek fan now. I'm a Tyreek fan. He's a Hall of Fame player, but again, you know, you have to deal with that lunacy. It's easier to swallow if you're winning playoff games. If you're not winning playoff games, it's like, yeah.
Well, and that leads to the natural follow-up.
Like,
was the Tyreek Hill era, was it worth it? Like, was it worth what they gave up for him to ultimately, we had some really good times, but we didn't win anything.
Yeah.
I think it was. Well, I think it was for Tyreek because he's a Hall of Famer. Tyreek wasn't responsible for the defense or the play calling or players showing up late or all of that kind of stuff. Tyreek did Tyreek, and he did it very well, right? I mean, the dude was a mover and a shaker. He was a difference maker. He was the best player on the Dolphins of that era, and that's with all due respect to Jalen Ramsey and Calais Campbell and Teron Armstead and Tua. Tyreek was the best player of that 4-year stretch. So, yes, it was worth it to acquire him, but as you guys know, I called that entire era a failure.
Yes. By the way, very interesting, this whole Hall of Fame thing with Tyreek Hill. He might have to clean up some of the stuff off the field before we go down that road with Tyreek, but I guess that's a conversation for another day. Perk, I want to ask you the same thing I asked Omar this morning, and if you could describe Coach Hafley to our listeners here. Omar gave his take, and we're trying to compare him to Dolphins have had every type of coach, right? Old, young, nice, not nice. They've had them all. How would you describe? I know you guys have spent a brief amount of time with him so far, but you've spent more time than most with Coach Hafley. How would you describe him?
Intense, serious, focused. Kind of, you know, he walks the walk at this point, and so I think those are all very important qualities. I like what they have in Hafley. I like what they've had in the last 2 defensive coaches, meaning Brian Flores and Jeff Hafley. I think the defensive coaches are more, they're better grounded. They're not looking at this fantasy, I can turn Ryan Tannehill into this, or I can turn Tua into this. I think both Flo and Hafley are just more hard hat, lunch pail guys. Let's play some good, solid football. Let's do what we do very well. We're not looking for gimmicks. We're not looking for miracles. We're not looking for the quarterback to be the next Dan Marino. We're going to line up and knock your butt off the line of scrimmage, and you can't stop us. That's what I think they have in Hafley. And I look forward to what this product looks like in September and December, because I think that this team, just as we saw it Flo, I think this team is going to get better as the season goes on. I'm not saying they're going to win 8 or 9 games, but I think they're going to improve as the season goes on.
The Dolphins, finish this sentence for me, Perk. The Dolphins have a pleasantly surprising season if this happens.
Ooh, boy.
The other teams don't get off the bus.
No. You know what? So here's one of my big things, and I'm planning on writing this for tomorrow. Don't obsess on the season record. Obsess that they got the right type of player, because look, and don't root for the Dolphins to lose. That is such Loserville stuff. If they go 4-13, yeah, you could have the number one pick, but that probably means Malik Willis didn't come along as you wanted. It probably means the defense didn't come along as you wanted. If you win 7 or 8 games and you get, say, the number 17 pick, that's great, right? Because a lot of stuff happened positive, right? That means probably Jonah and Shop and KG had a good year. Malik probably had a good year. Hafley was probably successful. HM stayed healthy. Winning is good. So I want to put that out there for the people who want the Dolphins to lose. So, I would say they would have a good season if they win 6 or 7 games. But I would say more importantly, if they find out they have the right mentality, the right attitude, the right mindset, that you have good players, but you have the type of player that you want. I think that is ultimately the judge of whether this is going to be a successful season or not. Did you get the right type of player?
Well, Perk, we appreciate your time as always this morning. Make sure to check out Perk's work in the Sun Sentinel. Perk, thanks for the time, man. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, I'll be around.
All right. Thank you to Chris Perkins there. A lot of stuff going on with the Dolphins. You guys get back to work today with some press conferences out there. So, Omar, look forward to seeing your stuff as well. So make sure you are subscribing to our local papers out there. That is very important. The Miami Herald, Sun Sentinel, please make sure you are a subscriber. We are going to take a pause here. We got a little surprise coming up on the show here. We're going to get to in our next segment, perhaps here. Alex Donno is with us as well. We'll take a pause. We might have a little surprise, Omar, coming up next here on QAM.
Tell you what is not new.
Naps. Don't miss a thing.
All right, welcome back in here on QAM. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Donno, Dan Day along here with you.
Like, what did Dan Day put in for this sound? What are we listening to? Is this like the Olympics?
This is the training montage song from Rocky IV.
Yep. Oh.
And this is what you need to start doing.
No.
Should this man come out of hiding at some point? Crowder? Good morning. How you doing?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Crowder.
Haven't heard from you in a while, Crowder. How you doing out there?
Man, what's going on, y'all? So two things. We'll talk about me whooping those ass, but I need to talk to you about Wemby at some point, Danny, because you sound ridiculous with this Wemby thing. So you set it up. You're running the show, but yeah, we got to talk about Wemby.
No, go ahead.
Crazy.
What's ridiculous? What part? What is ridiculous?
Why do you not want to watch Wembanyama play basketball tonight?
I didn't say I don't want to watch him play. I just think like he wound up and threw an elbow. I mean, that's
and
you know.
And so what? You want him to be suspended?
What do you work for NBC?
No, I'm asking you. You want him? You want the future of the NBA to face a 7'4" alien that balls out and he's so fun to watch. You are taking a stance that you don't want to watch him play basketball tonight.
No, that's not what I'm doing. Crowder, come on now. If you throw a punch,
if you
throw a punch, you get suspended. You can't bend the rules because the guy's good for business.
No, it's not a rule. It's not a rule. They do not have to suspend you a second game. It's not a rule.
A second game. Oh, so you're counting the time served for the first game?
Oh.
But it's not. There's not a rule. It's a precedent that people want to have, but it's not a rule. There's not a rule. I want to watch the best basketball players in the world play basketball against each other. Everybody that says it's ridiculous, Wemby's not suspended for Game 5, that's stupid. Why would you want to see a Wemby-less Spurs? It doesn't make sense.
I'm not saying I want to, but Crowder, let me ask: if you would have turned around and punched the guy with his fist in the face, suspension or no?
I don't know.
Oh, come on now, Crowder.
No.
If he would have turned around and punched him square in the chin.
But listen, let's say the elbow was a punch, Danny, right? The elbow was a punch.
Okay.
Because, no, I agree with you. You see him, when it happened, I said, oh, he was just trying to get the ball. Then they did slow-mo, and I saw him look straight at Nas Reed, put his elbow up, and swing. He busted him in the face. They kicked him out, and the Timberwolves won because of it. I think the Spurs would have won if Wemby was playing.
You're probably right.
But why? What is the point of you continuing to say it's crazy that he's not suspended Game 5? For what? What's the point? You want to prove? You want to teach Wemby a lesson? You want to give him a little pow on his booty for throwing an elbow? I don't get the thought of he should be suspended Game 5.
Well, I just think
he should be. I mean, you're basically admitting that there is a conspiracy for the sake of television ratings and for making the most competitive series, which is what they're doing. Because if this was in the regular season, he'd be suspended.
100%. Junior Seau used to walk out of meetings after practice and get in his Jeep Wrangler and go home. Nothing happened. I would do that. I get fined. Junior Seau was bigger name and more important to the Dolphins and the NFL than I was. Let's be honest about life. Y'all are acting like this is crazy. Acting like, oh no, you have to set the precedent and put your foot down hard. No, they want to sell these ratings. They want to get prime TV. They want to get Peacock. All this crap I had to buy to watch the NBA games.
Yeah.
They want Wemby in the game. Why do y'all care if Wemby's playing? It's better for us. We're consumers.
Hey, Crowder, what if he elbowed Anthony Edwards in the face and knocked him out? Is that different, or is it Nas Reed expendable?
Nas Reed wasn't knocked out. Nas Reed did the NBA fall back at crazy. Nas Reed played the next play.
He took a good shot, though, Crowder. That was a good shot he took on the chin. Come on now.
Wasn't a good shot. All the NBA dudes, if they get slapped on the lip, they fall and fly into the damn crowd, man. They know what they're doing to the refs. Man, I want to watch Wembanyama stand in that paint and watch all them dudes run up on him and think twice and run back out to the three-point line. I enjoy watching Wemby play.
Good. Well, you and all your friends at NBC will get him tonight. All right. He'll be on TV for you. You can watch him. Hopefully he doesn't elbow anyone else.
Watch him play? Danny, you don't want to watch him play.
Of course I want to watch him play, but I don't think you should be allowed to. I don't think you should be allowed to turn and punch a guy in the face.
So why should he missed 2.5 quarters? What does it mean to you that he doesn't? What does it mean to you that he doesn't play tonight?
Well, Crowder, I think you need to have precedent. You need to have rules. Like you can't just go around.
No.
You can't go around punching people in the face because you're frustrated and playing a little too physical with you. It doesn't work that way.
Do Timberwolves fans have the right to be upset? Because obviously, just for the general population, yeah, you want to watch Wemby. But if you're a Wolves fan, you're like, what the hell? This guy should be suspended.
Why should he be suspended? It's not a rule. You say precedent and rule in the same sentence. They're not the same thing. A rule is a rule. You want to set a precedent on Wemby. Those are not the same thing. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
It's a rule that you get suspended if you come off the bench in a fight. So that's
but
a rule.
But it's basically a known rule that if you punch a guy in the face, you're going to get suspended.
It's a precedent.
And I don't believe there's any difference between turning and punching the guy. I actually think the elbow is worse.
Okay, what rule? Find the rule. Listen, I will totally apologize to you, Dan, if you find the rule that says an elbow to the face, you have to be suspended the game you did it and the following game.
Crowder, it's also not that, it doesn't happen that often where a guy throws an MMA style elbow after the, play's been ruled dead and he looks the guy square in the face and then throws it. Like that doesn't happen all the time.
Danny, so why do you want the precedent to be set for the young basketball players that are in college right now that they won't Wemby anybody when they get to the league? I just don't get the point of the strong stance on Wemby shouldn't play. It's silly.
Did you think LaMelo Ball should have been suspended for tripping Bam like that? No. You're just whatever. Just let it fly. We're gonna have if you ever man up and fight Omar, there's gonna be rules in this fight. Like it's not just gonna be a free for all here.
Why does it make you excited to suspend an NBA player that you want to watch play?
It doesn't excite me to suspend. You're confusing my wanting to watch TV
and my morality
and my what's good for the TV viewers. You're confusing that with what should be
every man
should not be allowed to.
What should be for who? For Nas Reed?
Hell, in the NFL, if you punch a guy, you get suspended if you punch a guy in the face?
Not
usually.
If you do it in the pile.
Yeah, that's true.
I have jammed my fingers down dudes in their mouth, in their nose. I've grabbed ears. I've switched face masks.
And you want me to fight
this
guy?
Game.
Good luck, Omar.
I don't listen. Solana, Hawkman Crowder and Solana 2-6, 104.3 FM every day. But I just Solana took this same stance. It upsets me. You want to be the police of sports to say that you think he should miss another game because he threw an elbow. For who? You're trying to make Nas Reed's family happy? Who is it for?
I don't disagree with him. I think it's about putting together the best TV product.
I would expect this out of Joe because he still gets paid by NBC. But this is very disappointing coming from you, Crowder.
Answer this question. Who is it for? Who is suspending Wemby for? The future of the NBA or Nas Reed?
For the sake of the game, Crowder.
For the kids. The kids have to learn there are consequences.
The NBA is gonna lose money or struggle with talent if Wemby plays in Game 5.
You know what's going to happen, Crowder? I'm going to be coaching that 9-year-old team.
Yep.
Some kid's going to throw a punch or an elbow or something.
Wemby did it.
And he's going to look back at me and just say, well, Crowder said it's fine.
Wemby did it.
No, he's not. Did you see the Malice in the Palace?
Yes, I think everyone remembers where they were for that one.
Did you start slapping fans afterwards when you played sports?
There were steep punishments there. You're actually not helping your argument, Crowder, on that one.
No, I'm just saying, you're acting like, I watched him do it, I'm going to do it. No, you're not.
The only thing I learned from Malice at the Palace is to not throw a beer at Ron Artest.
And Ron Artest faced a stern suspension.
Yeah. Well, everyone learned their lesson not to mess with Ron Artest after that one. That's about all we learned from that.
So it's Nas Reed Rabinowitz. That's his real name. Because that got to be your cousin or something for you to take this stand.
I'm about integrity of the game, Crowder.
We
need integrity. We need integrity in our sports. Or what do we have? We don't have our integrity.
the integrity of that. It sounds crazy. We can move on, bro, because, you and Solana done ran me hot the last 2 days.
Well, I feel like Solana probably wanted a ban from the league, but
but standing on what?
He's gonna play. You got your way. And you know what? Maybe he throws another elbow if the game gets out of hand tonight. Maybe he throws another elbow, and he'll be ready for game 6.
Yeah. And then Nas Reed is gonna fall on the ground and play the next play. Drink some Gatorade. Damn, Nas. Sorry about that, big man.
Oh, so you're playing the result. You're playing the result. Oh, because he wasn't hurt bad enough for you.
Pudding soft. Bag of mashed potatoes.
I don't know, Crowder. Speaking of soft, we got Omar Kelly here, and he's been calling for you. He's been wondering where you've been. You've been missing in action here. Been wondering where we can find you, and we found you. So now, Omar, let's get down to business here. I got to tell you, Crowder does, and some of the stuff he said Friday night combined with this, I wouldn't envy anyone who had to get in a ring with this man. He does sound a little bit like a little nuts to me.
Am I supposed to respond to that?
I don't know.
Now that you have reevaluated this, you're an articulate, smart man. How do you feel about this fight that Danny has now manifested for us?
I'm good. I'm okay. I've been training hard. I've been working on it.
Sounds ready to go, Crowder. What do you think?
Like I said, I'm not training, but yeah, just tell me a date and time. I'm coming. I'm wearing drawers, no shoes, and I get my dreads retwisted to put them back. But it's funny, since I came on, Daddy, you so funny, bro. One thing about radio guys, I respect. You knew this would blow up. So now people come up to me and be like, "Yeah, you gonna fight Omar, man? Whoop his ass!" Oh, like they people talk about it.
Crowder, I may not be good at much, but I can promote a fight with the best of them. And I found one guy who, Omar has fans out there, no question, but he's also got haters out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who would like to see him catch a beating?
Most of the haters come up to me. But this was the thing. If people don't know who's listening to hear what happened, Omar said on this show, I listen every morning. I don't know if you know that. I listen every morning taking my kids to school.
He's taking notes.
You said on you're so dumb. You said on this show, you were like, you said you want to fight, you like to fight.
I do.
And I was almost as a man being like, damn, if you want to jump in the ring, let's go. I don't care. Like, I like to fight too.
I do.
So that's where it started. But there doesn't have to be, and this is my 203, 04, 05 crowd, or the one getting locked up. We could fight, and there's no animosity. Like, we'll laugh and play after the fight. Y'all remember Randy McMichael?
Yeah. Tight end.
Tight end. When I first got here. So Mac went to Georgia. I went to Florida. My rookie year, 05. Oh, and this is the funny thing. This was back in the day when people didn't amp up stuff and no social media. 05, my first year, I come in, Georgia, Florida week, the world's biggest cocktail party, what they call it. Me and Max start talking crap to each other back and forth, throughout the week. So it gets to about Wednesday, Thursday, and I end up starting it because I said, man, y'all can go to hell. Well, y'all ain't worth a damn, you bumpkins, but y'all can't read. We're just talking trash about Florida, Georgia. And I pushed it further than I should have, and I said, well, all bulldogs are bitches. And then as a man that, me and Mac are tight, I still talk to Mac to this day. Mac turned just like I would have turned. He'd be like, what you just say? I said, you heard what I said. So he says it back. Well, you a bitch. I said, you calling me a bitch? And so now we have to fight. So we run up. I always go body, and then I go overhand right because I get the elbows down and go overhand right. I won't do that with you, because I just told you my approach. So when I
mix it up for you.
Mac threw his right and caught me in the lip. Bam! Bust my lip. I could taste the blood. So then I back up. I rush back at Mac. Now I catch him with the right rib. Hit him with the right. And then when I come up top, he sees it coming and backs up. When he backs up, I rush him and dump him in the middle of the floor. So now we're just rolling around on the floor, So then who was it? Vernon Carey. What's the big boy from Auburn? The big Christian one. Geno James. Some of the offensive linemen broke it up. Offensive linemen are very pleasant. Defensive line, like Big Truck and Kevin Carter, they don't give a damn. They'll let you fight for 4 hours. But the offensive linemen, they broke me and Mac up. So I go get my paper towel and wipe the blood off my face. Mac goes with his separate ways. 2 hours later, we get out of meetings. We get in the locker room. We both look each other in the eyes. I believe we both smiled at the same time, dapped each other up, and we went to Ale House on University. That same night, had dinner, had some drinks together, laughed about it, ate chicken wings. That's how it used to be back in the day.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, people want to go on Twitter and give lawsuits and go get knives and stab people. And I don't know about all that. I know about two grown men fighting. Whoever wins, wins. And afterwards, you go eat chicken wings and drink a beer.
This is why you want Wemby to play tonight.
This is soft.
Because I'm a man?
You just think it's got to be just a complete free-for-all out there. Just fight and get it over with, and then we're all back to normal.
A free-for-all? I need to know, Danny. Once again, you said the word precedent. Who are we if Wemby misses Game 5? What are we proving to the world?
We're proving that the league has integrity. Is what
the league would rather have ratings.
Yeah. So there you go. So they sacrifice their integrity for ratings.
Integrity of what? Like who's learning a lesson? Wemby?
The gambling community out there wants integrity in the sport. There's just a lot of people I think need. They like the integrity. Crowder.
The gambling line. I have the Hard Rock Bet app. I gamble every night. Wemby's not going to have a line, or he's going to have a line. There's not no loss of integrity gambling. You want the little boy that watched Wemby elbow Nas Reed in the head to? You think that's going to stop him from elbowing anybody for the rest of his life while he plays basketball?
I hope that you bet on the Timberwolves and Wemby torches you tonight. To be quite honest, so you deserve it. No integrity, Crowder. No integrity. No integrity.
Integrity of what? Elbow integrity.
Elbow is a punch. The way that elbow was thrown is a punch.
Elbows. You want everybody's arm to lock at the shoulder and the wrist. No elbows allowed. It's crazy. The stance of Wemby shouldn't play. I think it's nuts.
Speaking of integrity, I think one way to even this fight out a little bit is to have you get trained by Solana.
So he's doing no training.
So I think that Solana's got to come up with your game plan. He's got to train you. Like he comes up with every part of it. What do you think?
I'll let Solana train me. I'm really not gonna listen to him because he don't have a lot of testosterone in his body.
He might get injured on the ring walk.
That's what I was gonna say. He might get injured. He might get injured from the drive in.
Poor Solana.
Your whole show is catching strays now because I feel an overall lack of integrity here.
Integrity. I didn't know integrity is what.
I'm disappointed with your take here with this Wemby thing. I just we need a little integrity in our sports, Crowder. What are we without that?
Kick him out the whole series for the elbow. Teach him a lesson. Show the kids around the nation you can throw elbows. That's what we need to do. Get out of here, man. That's goofy.
Rec leagues are going to be going nuts now with elbows, and they're just Wemby did it. Wemby, we saw it on TV. Wemby did it, and then Crowder said it's okay.
No consequence elbows being thrown all around every YMCA in the country.
I didn't even know I could shake myself and throw an elbow in the same time. Yeah.
Crowder, it's good to talk to you, man. Thank you for jumping on with us. Appreciate it as always.
Appreciate y'all. And really, if y'all want to do it, we can go in there and
I got to get.
It's not going to end well for you, brother.
I know it's not going to end well for me.
Omar, you should get Randy McMichael to train you.
I think he's got a shot to beat you, Crowder. I really do.
I'm training hard. I could actually see my abs now. So I'm getting there.
So we're playing what? Spades or tonk or chess?
Hey, can he throw elbows? I mean, are elbows allowed since you don't think those are, punches?
I thought we were boxing, but if O wants to MMA,
No.
we can MMA. But I got O by about 50 pounds.
But clearly, you don't value the rules of any sport, so we might as well let Omar throw the rules out the window when he's boxing you.
There is no elbow rule in the NBA. There's no written elbow rule. We looked it up yesterday, Danny.
Written elbow. Well, you guys went through the rule book.
You
know what?
Making up stuff. Danny, you're making up rules.
I picture Solana carrying the NBA rule book like in his back pocket.
I hit him with something yesterday. I was like, what? Bring up the rule. Bring the rule up of elbow. You missed the remainder of that game and the following game. Well, there's no rule. There's a precedent. You have to show integrity. Get your goofy butt out of here. This sounds crazy.
I'm with Crowder. I want the ratings. I'm gonna watch Wemby tonight. But
the ratings don't benefit us. You know what benefits us? Watching two great basketball teams play a great basketball game, and I enjoy it laying in my bed eating lemon heads. That's what I want to do.
You like lemon heads?
Oh, I eat lemon heads.
Really?
What's the little red hot? Lemon head, red hot. I like all the old school candy.
But they're like 70 cents now. What it used to be like
two of the worst candies known to man. You said old school candy, like you're the same age as me. Why are you eating that stuff?
Because
I was broke growing up then. I wasn't a trust fund baby, so I had to get used to cheap candy, and now it's really cheap candy.
It's expensive candy now. You can buy a pack of now laters now for like less than $1.65.
Those are so rough on the teeth, man.
Yeah, they are rough.
Go to Walgreens. Walgreens has 2 for $3. Big box of lemon heads and red hots. The big box. I have 60 of them in my drawer next to my bed.
Crowder talk. You got all that podcast, man. You can be eating Godiva chocolates if you want, Crowder.
No.
Goodbye.
I don't like chocolate.
We just the integrity in the show just took a nosedive from all this Crowder.
Now there's radio hosts throwing elbows left and right.
You're suspended now.
Let's suspend everybody off every team in the NBA.
Yeah, if they're throwing punches. Crowder, we'll talk to you. We gotta go.
I saw SGA pat somebody on the booty. How many games should he get?
2.
2 games for booty pat?
Yeah.
Well, let me see. I'll call him. I'm gonna call Adam Silver. I got his number.
Was it a malicious act? That's what they call when they go and they review it. Was it a malicious act?
It was a strong pat. His cheek jiggled.
All right, Crowder. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
I'll let y'all.
All right. Crowder, 2 to 6 here on QAM. He's the best, man. I love talking to Crowder. That guy's got more stories, by the way, than anyone. His stories are the best. He told some of them on our event on Friday night. I love talking to Crowder. He's so much fun. All right, we got to take a pause. We're going to end up getting suspended if we don't take a break here. Donno, are you going to hang with us for a few more? I know Donno's got to run here. Donno, are we saying goodbye to you now? Is that
no? I want to do it. I want to do another segment. Let's do one. Let's do one more.
We'll come back. We'll wrap things up with Donno after this.
I do know this: your South Florida Chevy dealers have never
feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
All right, welcome back in here on QAM. We are running a little bit behind because we had that Crowder segment just a moment ago. He extended a challenge to Omar Kelly, who has accepted, and we will work on this. If anyone has any suggestions, because we obviously will have to maneuver around some hurdles, to say the least here, but we're going to try very hard to make this happen. Donno, before you leave us for today, if you would not mind, can you promote the Locked On Canes podcast? It is a must listen for Canes fans out there. And I know there's a lot of Canes fans right now, Donno, that are itching to get this fall camp and football season underway here. There's going to be a hell of a team that they're going to put on the field. And I know you're getting very busy over there at Locked On. What do we got?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you can find our shows. I put out episodes every single day. We're going to have one around 11:30 a.m. This morning, releasing Locked On Canes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We're going to talk a lot today, Hollywood, about just the roller coaster that is recruiting, because I think this week may be a challenging week for Miami in terms of landing targets, but we're coming off a crazy stretch where we landed a 5-star flip and a couple of 4 stars. So the ebbs and flows are real. And I also want to talk about Josh Pate, national college football host who loves Miami. He was just talking yesterday about how Miami has the highest ceiling of any team in the country in his eyes. So we'll have a lot to break down today on Locked On Canes, and I always appreciate the opportunity to promote.
Absolutely. So make sure to check out Donno's podcast today. 11:30, you said, right? 11:30 this morning? Sir. All right. The Locked On Canes podcast, obviously a must-listen for all of our Canes fans out there. And Donno, you'll be back with us tomorrow as well, right? Yeah. So we are looking forward to having Donno back. We won't talk about boxing matches. We'll get into some more football stuff with you tomorrow, Donno. But thank you for the time.
I don't mind either way, man. I like.
It was funny.
Seeing.
Yeah, it was funny. But thank you for taking the time, Donno. Appreciate it.
I'll see y'all later.
All right, we're going to take a pause here. The 9 o'clock hour is next on QAM.
Man, I want to talk to you about credit card debt.
champion Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes basketball, and now the new home of the two-time World Series winner, Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us, DoralKia or DoralKia.com. Tonight, 8 o'clock, Timberwolves and Spurs with that series tied at 2. In the National Hockey League at 7, it's Sabres Canadiens with Montreal up 2-1 in the series. And at 9:30, it's the Ducks and the Golden Knights with that series tied at 2. The Marlins face the Twins tonight at 7:40. Yuri Perez will get the start. Inter Miami taking on FC Cincinnati tomorrow at 7:30. And the Bucks say they're open for business when it comes to trading superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. They would prefer a bevy of picks or a young superstar. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Right now, temperatures around 80 degrees, kind of partly cloudy skies, and more of a chance of rain tonight. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Thank you very much, Dan Day, on the update there. Hollywood Omar Kelly, Dan along here with you. We have Marlins tickets to give away. We're open for business here, Dan. We got some Marlins tickets to give away. May 23rd, correct? Marlins and Mets. You want to do that now? Do you want to go ahead and do that now?
A little Cuban Heritage Night?
Yes, Cuban Heritage Night over at Lone Depot Park. So let's do this, 305-567-0560. Dan Day will take caller number 5 right now, and we'll get you set up with some Marlins tickets. That's a 4-pack of tickets for you. And Dan said the Bucks are open for business. I hope the Heat are as well, as they are one of the names that keep getting mentioned when the Giannis sweepstakes gets brought up here. And it does appear that marriage with Giannis and the Bucks is coming to an end. Omar, he doesn't want to be a jerk about it, right? Like he's not gonna do the Jimmy Butler school of getting out of a place, but I think this clearly has run its course. He's been pretty loyal over there.
My thing is,
the time has come to move on.
Why didn't he force his exit earlier? Why did he force his exit? Unless they just didn't feel.
Well, he's under contract there. I mean he is under contract, so like they do have to get something that they want. Now, I don't know what the Heat's offer will be. I don't know what their best offer could be. I know that you have to keep some pieces around Giannis. You can't just send the farm over there and say, here's all of our players. Like,
yeah,
do need
I'm sorry, you gotta send anything you got.
I know. I'm with you. They need to do something to mix this thing up. Like there's clearly
you're referring to the Heat, correct?
A mediocrity that has been going on there that is not Heat-like for the past handful of years. Now, Giannis would change that instantly, right? He'd bring the buzz back to the Kaseya Center that place has been missing for a handful of years. And, Jimmy Butler, I think, brought that to an extent, right, when he would play, which is kind of a big if usually.
Oh, don't start.
With Jimmy. I like Jimmy, though.
I know you do, which is why I'm sad and disappointed that you're going to take shots at Jimmy. Let Jimmy.
No, but Jimmy did miss a lot of games.
Let Jimmy be disgruntled in Golden State.
But Giannis changes everything over there, man. People automatically are going to want tickets to go see him play.
Is this about tickets or is this about
of course not. It's about winning. But again, it would completely change the buzz around that team. There's not much going on right now. You think you would admit that, right? You go to a lot of those games. The buzz is not. It's faded.
Yeah,
over there.
It is. No question about it.
And right now, Omar, there are 2 teams in town that have any sort of juice, and that would be the Hurricanes and the Panthers, unless I'm missing someone. The Panthers, I know the season did not end the way everyone had hoped, and they were just crushed with injuries, right? And all those guys are going to come back. They're going to run. They're going to have their core of guys. The Panthers will be back. They're a very well coached team. They're very well run over there, so they will be back. And clearly there is a lot of juice around that product. People still fighting over tickets over there. And then the Hurricanes are the other one, right? The Hurricanes football team right now, they got a really good shot to make the playoff again. And they got, I'd say, Omar, as good a shot as anyone to win a national championship right now as the way things sit here in, what are we in May? Just looking at their roster, and
I don't want to make this a national championship or bust kind of season for the Hurricanes. I actually just want my first ACC championship. I just want the University of Miami to win their first.
Really?
Yeah,
it didn't cross my mind when they were playing and beating all those teams in the playoff.
That's cool. That's great. But there are a lot of things that aren't given for, you still got to figure them out. Your offensive line has to be figured out. Who your pass rushers are. You got to build a new secondary. I mean, it's not given and promised to you. A quarterback has to settle in.
I know.
So,
and the other thing that's interesting too, like the Hurricanes don't have that Notre Dame game to start the season where it's like the toughest game of your season is in week 1, right? They're going to play Stanford in the opening week. Stanford probably won't be very good. I'm guessing Miami will be heavily favored in that game. So you do have a chance. And I think that means something too. Like you do have a chance to ease in a little bit.
Ease in.
And I didn't like what happened to Miami down the stretch of the season where people were like, oh, that Notre Dame game was in week 1. Week 1 doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't put any stock in week 1.
They pulled that.
Like if Notre Dame would have won that game, they would have put a lot of stock into week 1. But Miami won the game. So it's like, oh, week 1.
Week 1 doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Teams are just finding their footing. And what does it matter?
Yeah,
you're
absolutely correct.
I think at least the Canes will have a chance. By the way, their schedule is very manageable, to say the least. So they should have a pretty good shot, Omar, of making that ACC championship game. But again, I don't really care about the ACC. I mean, it is what it is. If they get there, they get there. I just want to be. I want to be in the big dance once again, which keeps expanding. By the way, the basketball team could probably go 500 and make it into the big dance with the amount of teams they're going to start letting into that thing.
That is crazy and ridiculous. But
561 says you're missing defending league champions Inter Miami. Yes, Inter Miami is out there as well, playing at their new stadium. I have not been there to the new stadium, new stadium. Right? Isn't that what it's called? New stadium. I haven't been there yet.
We got to go.
Out there.
We got to go.
Yeah, well, we should get out there, take the kids to see Messi. My son loves Messi.
Your son loves everything sports related.
He does, but they really like Messi. Messi's very popular with the kids and all the soccer fans out there, the soccer kids. I was just debating whether to bring this story up, Omar, this Lane Kiffin thing. It's on the front page of ESPN. I don't want to dive too deep into this because it's not really the lane we like to stay in on this show here.
Mm-hmm.
It's bordering political, but this guy Lane Kiffin, I mean, it is incredible the amount of stupidity that rolls out of this guy's mouth. Like he's still going back and forth with this, Oxford and Baton Rouge thing, and
yeah, he's
I mean, it's just weird, man. Like to continue on to do this stuff and to say these things, and maybe he should do a little research first. I told you, I said, Omar, do a little research, and I didn't know this yesterday either. But did you look up what the LSU Tiger is named after?
Yes.
Dan, do you know what the LSU Tiger? You're from LSU
course.
country. Do you know what the LSU Tiger is named after? If you don't, you should look it up.
Mike the Tiger, I don't know.
No, so I didn't know either, in fairness. And I don't think anyone knows for the most part, but Lane Kiffin didn't know probably because he was just this guy again just does not stop talking. And it really is funny because they go back and he was talking about Oxford and where his old school was, and there were videos that they were playing about how much he loved it there, how happy his family was, how much they've embraced
I remember
him,
watching
how
a
much
30
he
for
loves
30
the community.
Yeah,
this was like less than a year ago. He's saying all this stuff.
I remember watching a 30 for 30 on this,
and now he comes out and he says that the players would say, "Hey, coach, we really like you, but my grandparents aren't letting me move to Oxford." That doesn't come up when you say Baton Rouge. And it's just the irony of like the stuff that you say 1 year ago to what you say now. He is the ultimate. You talk about used car salesmen as college football coaches. He is the ultimate. He is the top of the mountain when it comes to guys who just say and basically lie. Right? Like he has gotten to the point where the stuff that he says is mostly lies. Like he said, remember what he said when he left about how all my players really want me to coach and they want me here and they don't care that I'm That was not the case, my friend. Like, I don't know where you got that from. If you made it up, if you got bad information from some of your assistants who you screwed, like I don't know where he got that information from, but that was not the case. And I think his players were, I mean, they didn't come out and try to, run over the guy with the bus like he did to them, but they made it pretty clear that they didn't need him around. And 5-6 months, this feels like Lane needs a spotlight on him all the time. Yeah, he is just a pathetic embarrassment of a human being. And I hope he loses every game he coaches over there. I really do. And I'm sorry, Dan. I know you're an LSU guy. I know you like that program and you root for them over there. But he is such an embarrassment. He's your guy now. He's LSU.
I don't like him. I don't like him personally. I would rather get anybody other than him, but he's who we're stuck with now because we're paying him a ton of money, and he's just a low-character guy. We got rid of a low-character guy to get another low-character guy. The basketball program got a low-character guy. We're just in the business of low-character guys, and I don't see it going very well, to be honest with you.
Boy, did anybody berate more kids on national television than Brian Kelly? I mean, he would humiliate these kids on television. I mean, he was getting after them, man. And I know that's like the old school football thing, but that stuff doesn't work anymore. Omar, you're around football.
No.
You're around
these
it.
Kids,
that stuff does not work anymore.
No, these kids don't want to be coached hard. They certainly don't want to be talked to difficult, challenging.
I wouldn't say that.
They're headed to the transfer portal, man.
Be coached. I do think kids want to be coached because I see it at the University of Miami. There are kids, like if you find the right character kids like the Hurricanes have, they want to be coached.
They want to be coached with
I don't think they want to be humiliated. Like, I don't think you need, 3-foot-tall Brian Kelly standing on a ladder, looking down at you, screaming at you on TV.
They want to be coached with the understanding that you're going to get them to the NFL. You're going to get them to the promised land. And also,
that's why I think guys like I see Jason Taylor coaches guys hard. But that's Jason Taylor.
You got
right. Mario coaches guys hard. I think Mario has the respect of every kid on that team, and they want to be coached by these guys. They're good coaches, but you have to do it in the right way. Like you can't just out and out humiliate guys. And that Dan, I don't know what you thought of Brian Kelly, but that's what it felt like to me. Every stop he's had, by the way. Right. Like it just felt like I don't know, man. Something wrong with that guy. But the Lane Kiffin is he never stops.
Yeah, he's nutty.
He's always got something to say. And congratulations to him because he made it on the front page of ESPN.com with his most recent comments. We have to take a pause here. We got more stuff to get to. The NBA playoffs starting to heat up here. The Knicks are in the finals apparently, according to ESPN. We're just going to skip the conference finals and throw them into the finals. We do have, as Dan mentioned in his update, we got hockey going on. We got a winner, right, for the Marlins tickets. So we got a winner there. If you missed it today, we'll have more for you tomorrow. We'll take a pause. We got more to go here on QAM.
I'll tell you what else is a good scenario.
Lawyers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR. So...
Survived the evening rush, Modelo. That post-12-hour shift, Modelo. That fought for every rebound, Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday, Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's the declaration of deals at Rob Lambden's University Dodge, Florida's #1 volume Ram truck dealer. Save up to $20,000 off new Ram 1500 light-duty pickups and get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. UniversityDodge.com.
Traffic on WQAM is sponsored by Lexus of Kendall and Lexus of West Kendall. Your home for the best price on luxury. Now featuring the all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV. In stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Accident still slowing you down this morning traveling in Miami-Dade. This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, the Palmetto eastbound before Florida's Turnpike. That has your center lane blocked, and that traffic continued to stack this morning over on the Dolphin Expressway eastbound from the Palmetto to Northwest 17th Avenue. That's traffic. I'm Elia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn app.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Come rock with Quiet Riot at Stage 954 May 30th. The Casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions, the hottest slots, great shows, multiple dining options, live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the Casino at Dania Beach.
We've got plenty of ways for you to listen to your favorite shows and favorite teams on WQAM.
How is that, if I may ask?
We're at FM 104.3, or you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Check it out now.
All right, welcome back in here on QAM. We have been all over the place here, Omar Kelly. We had Crowder on who challenged you to a fight.
You keep hyping this up.
We talked about Giannis. We talked about the elbow, the Wemby elbow. What else have we talked about today?
LeBron's retirement.
Just to clarify, by the way, on this Lane Kiffin thing, I brought it up just for the sole purpose of ripping Lane Kiffin for being a bum. I'm sure Ole Miss
Grifter.
I'm sure Oxford, Mississippi is a dump and just it's a crap place. I mean, I'm sure it is, but I've never been there. I don't ever plan to be there.
It's dumpy.
I'm guessing LSU, Baton Rouge, not the greatest place in the world either. I just find Lane Kiffin to be just the ultimate fraud. Like to come out, less than a year ago and say how much you love the place and how great it is for your family, and you've embraced it, and they've embraced you, and this and that, and then you come out in an ESPN article and saying you can't get kids to go there. I mean, come on, man. Like
money gets kids to go there.
I don't know well, they've always been pretty competitive, but I don't know, Omar. I don't know what gets kids to go where. I don't know where the kids are from.
It's money nowadays.
Yeah, I would think so, but I also think probably a lot of the SEC, what do you call them, cities, towns. Probably not the greatest places in the world, right? I don't know.
That's a Dan Day ruling. There.
I've been to, well, I mean, how many teams are in the SEC now? 14, 16?
30.
Yeah, I've been to like 10 of them, and they're all pretty bad. Even Nashville. I'm not even a big Nashville fan, so yeah. I mean, I've been to Starkville. I've been to Oxford. I've been to Baton Rouge. I've been to Tuscaloosa. I've been to Auburn. I've been to Athens. I've been to Gainesville.
Hold on, is Tennessee in Nashville? Tennessee's in
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Vanderbilt's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's in
Knoxville.
Nashville's okay.
But Vanderbilt doesn't even really count as an SEC team. They're not good at anything over there. Well, they had that one year of football. They were good this year. It was that quarterback that didn't get drafted, right?
Yeah, he got signed to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. He had that little strip club video pop up like right before the draft.
I mean, he's celebrating. He's celebrating life.
Yeah.
It was a celebration right after he lost the Heisman that probably got me off the bandwagon.
That didn't go so well for him.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything going on. So we got this Spurs game tonight. We'll recap that certainly tomorrow morning. That should be an interesting one to watch here tonight. And then Omar will be out at Dolphins camp today, speaking with some of the defensive coaches. So,
offensive today. Offensive today. Defensive tomorrow.
Oh, so we got 2 days worth.
Yeah, man. 2 days worth.
And Omar will be back with us tomorrow and Thursday as well. So we will have Omar to recap. We'll play some of that sound for you tomorrow as well, so you can see what was said out there at camp. So with all that being said, we are going to talk some Dolphins. Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel, he is going to join us next here on QAM.
I do want to take a second to let you know, man, May is mental